Well, good evening to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports, live tonight from Glen C. Smith Field as the Pittsfield Sockeyes play host to the Petersburg PORTA AC Central Blue Jays. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Hull. Jack and John are alongside tonight. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Sockeyes, after dropping a heartbreaker last week to Riverton, are looking for their first win of the season tonight and trying to avenge a loss from a year ago against this PORTA squad. We'll talk more about the matchup. We'll also have an interview with Sockeye coach Paul Petty on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this timeout.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Fresh Years on You would like to thank everyone in our community for your support in the past 15 years. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space with spirit wear for Unity Mustangs, Liberty Eagles, Brown County Hornets, and our hometown Central Panthers. Businesses, let us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. We are excited to now offer lasered hat patches. With limitations on attendance to local sporting events, we are excited to help bring you this game. Fresh Years on You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your number one resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
It's time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Bob Ray, Jesse Shootman, Triope and Kansas State grad Emily Carls, Nathan and new All-Star accountant Madeline Heyer. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Barry, Pittsfield, and Liberty, here to serve all of your banking needs. Learn more about their services by visiting greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Well, the Sockeyes and the Blue Jays matching up here tonight. A nice, cool, feels like fall evening, quite honestly, as the wind blowing out of the, that would be the southeast, I guess. It's going to get warmer, but tonight a nice, cool, crisp night for football and a beautiful sight here at Glen C. Smith Field to have football with fans in the stands. Elsewhere in the Sangamo Conference this evening, Athens is at Maroa Forsyth in what is always a good matchup. North Mac is playing host to Auburn. Also, Pleasant Plains is on the road this week. Looks like they're playing against New Berlin. No, check that. New Berlin's got Riverton this week, it looks like. Of course, Petersburg is here at Pittsfield. And I'm trying to figure out who would have the non-conference game, as somebody should be the odd man out, but I don't really know that I can decipher that quickly here. In the WIVC, a lot of those schools are actually playing on the Saturday afternoon matchup, but Beardstown is at Minden Unity this evening. Camp Point Central will be in action against Triopia tomorrow. Route is going to be playing at Brown County this evening. And that's a look at the WIVC North. It's the Sockeyes and the Blue Jays here tonight. And the Sockeyes, a game that they actually jumped out to a fairly sizable lead, 19-6 at one point in time, ended up losing the contest last week to Riverton. Sockeye coach Paul Petty talks about that and more about his opponent this evening in this PORTA squad right after this time out on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Don Kirk or Sheila Davidsmeyer today at 217-285-4014. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Western Illinois Fellowship of Christian Athletes offers support to our coaches, teachers, and athletes. Our mission is to help each grow in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Western Illinois FCA invites you to go to westernilfca.org to find out more or to join us as a financial partner. Look for some great events coming up. In May, banquets in Jacksonville and Quincy, and the $1 Million Golf Shot too. Western Illinois FCA, working for you.
Visiting Wasaki head coach Paul Petty. And Coach, a game last week, you probably had some opportunities to win. What have you worked on this week to kind of help the squad maybe finish kind of later in the contest?
Well, I think we knew going into last week with the short preparation periods that we were under getting ready for Riverton. What really was the big hiccup was the fact that we didn't get a week 1 because of the COVID restrictions that were put on the basketball team, and we were missing several athletes. But this week, you could tell Monday that, if you will, that funk that was there Friday had already dissolved itself. We looked a lot sharper. We were getting off the ball a lot better. Obviously, we did a lot of drills regarding turnovers. We did a lot of discussions on the mental mistakes. And I think a lot of our second half mistakes, particularly the penalties, came down to conditioning. And so we worked really hard, and you're not going to get all that conditioning in 1 week, but we ran the kids, and they accepted all that to take their game to the next level. I think offensively we learned a lot getting one contest in, and I think you'll see an elevated offense, a little more a little higher IQ this week, understanding stunts and things like that from our offense. They're a very mature group. The offensive line is a very mature group. This is their second season starting, and for some of them 3 years. So I anticipate that we're going to see a completely different Saukey team tonight.
This is an opponent last year that really, I think if you take away 2 or 3 big plays they had in the contest, you were right in there. And so that's going to be a key, I would say, in this one too, is to limit those big, quick hitters.
Yeah, and I think we see on game film he's changed the offense a little bit, and that's not uncommon at all for coaches to adjust their offenses to their athletes in the particular year. So we're going to see a little wing tee, which we didn't think we would see this year, not playing Athens. So we definitely have defenses for the wing tee. I'm not sure that they'll be as accurate maybe and as smooth as Athens runs it, because they run it all the time. So a first-year program, they look like they ran it well on film. So we've got assignment football tonight, and whether or not we can stay disciplined enough to stay on that assignment, we'll learn pretty quickly.
When they announced the season, I think a lot of people thought, well, it could be really cold, it could be rainy, but, today kind of feels like fall.
I was driving in this evening and said those exact words, was we couldn't ask for a better tonight. I mean, it's a little chilly. The wind has died down from what we faced yesterday and the day before in practice, which was a good experience for our quarterback, because you throw a different ball in the wind, and you have to learn to get on top of that ball and keep the nose down so it doesn't ride on you. And I think he needed those couple of days in the event we do face this kind of weather. But great night for Saukey fans to come out.
One last thing, you take a look at the Sangamo Conference, and we know how good it is and how deep of a conference it is. Really some people who had a pretty good thought about how to put this shortened season together to make the games very, very competitive each and every night. When you look at the conference and you say, hey, there's 3 top 10 teams right now, I think, and others getting votes, it's good to be able to play against opponents who are a little more like you at this point.
Absolutely. I think when this schedule came out, I thought it was probably the team who probably got the best draw here is Pittsfield, because Pittsfield comes out of 1-8, and Riverton as well comes out of 1-8 seasons and 0-9 seasons. And I think that, the game you saw last week is a game that's probably going to mimic itself throughout the entire season. I think we'll be in a lot of games this year, and if not every one of them, and I think we'll be on top of several of them. So we'll have our opportunities. Got to get rid of the turnovers like last week, got to get rid of the penalties, and just got to get more conditioned.
All right, Coach, good luck. Appreciate
Thank
the
you,
time.
sir. Thank you.
In the charming town of Pittsfield, Illinois, awaits a dining experience sure to impress. Nucci's Restaurant, specializing in Italian cuisine, succulent steaks, seafood, pasta, burgers, sandwiches, and scrumptious desserts, all made to order. Mouth-watering and high-quality dishes at affordable prices. Nucci's is the perfect setting for a dinner date or a family meal. It's more than dining, it's an experience. Check out Facebook for live entertainment. Once you experience Nucci's, it will become a favorite destination.
Western Illinois Fellowship of Christian Athletes offers support to our coaches, teachers, and athletes. Our mission is to help each grow in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Western Illinois FCA invites you to go to westernilfca.org to find out more or to join us as a financial partner. Look for some great events coming up. In May, banquets in Jacksonville and Quincy, and the $1 Million Golf Shot too. Western Illinois FCA, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852. It's time for you to find out the difference that thousands have found with Westtown Ford in Jacksonville. If you're looking for a new Ford, Lincoln, or maybe a used car, truck, or SUV, why don't you take the short drive to Jacksonville, Illinois, Westtown Ford. They have the best sales and service in the area, and what a selection, thousands to choose from. It's Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, 30 minutes from high prices. Phone 217-245-7101 or go to westtownford.com.
We welcome you back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Hey, applying for a loan, it's never been easier than it is right now with the online loan application. With our friends at Great Rivers Bank, learn more by visiting them online at greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. The Sockies and the Blue Jays matching up here tonight, and as Coach Paul Petty talked about in the pregame interview, Jack, a big difference he thought between his squad last week and Riverton last week coming down the stretch is that Riverton had been able to play a contest the week before, and it was just the first game of the season for the Sockies. So as with any program, you're looking to build on each week. You know, playoffs are not even in the picture for anybody this week, so that's all you can do is try to improve each week and try to win everyone as they come at you.
Well, and as I was listening to the ball game last week and watched a recap of it, it appeared Pittsfield, had established a lead and looked like they had the momentum, but in the fourth quarter, in the last 6 minutes, Riverton seemed to be able to do that. And, playing gets you in better shape, practice gets you in some shape, but each week knowing how to play 4 quarters makes a big difference. And if they're going to win a game tonight against this PORTA squad, the Sockies will have to play 4 quarters of football.
A year ago when these two teams played, it was a game that was probably closer really than it was in the final score. I think PORTA ended up winning maybe by a couple of scores, but it was pretty close throughout. And the big thing that helped the Blue Jays in that contest were some big plays. Coach also tells us that PORTA is switching up to the wing T this year, so a little more of a run-heavy offense.
Saw the double wings listed in the starting lineup, and if you look at the flag tonight blowing out to the south pretty briskly out there, the Sockies have a lot of wide receivers, so you got to think they like to pass the ball. You're going to probably want to go with 5- and 10-yard passes and not 20-yard passes tonight.
Yeah, it was a windy day yesterday, so at least you got an opportunity to practice some of that. This is a Socky squad whose offensive linemen took the opportunity during the COVID shutdown to work on some strength. And we've seen, especially in the Sangamo Conference, if you're not willing to be physical, it could be a very long evening.
When you're in a conference that has 5 or 6 teams that are in the top 10 in the different divisions that they play in, you're going to have to be ready each and every week. And, when Pittsfield first got into Sangamo, they were co-oping, plus their enrollment was a little higher. Now that enrollment about 320 or so. So they're one of the smaller schools, but that hasn't bothered Athens any as they built their program. But they're having a little bit of a rebuilding year this year too, and so it's just establishing some things, creating some wins, and getting some things going, because some of these younger classes that Pittsfield's got coming up are going to be some football players, and so the future looks bright.
As we mentioned with Coach Petty during the interview, the Sangamo Conference really did everybody a favor with the way they set up the scheduling. They put the teams who are a little more in the top tier of the conference together, kind of the middle to lower squads together, so you could see competitive games every night. Again, without playoffs being in the picture, that's what you're looking for, is good competitive matchups that help that program grow.
And with the numbers that you saw in the freshman program and them getting a win last night, those are just positive things to develop. But tonight is very important for the Sockies to come out and see if they can get that win, because with that homecoming game next week at New Berlin, another game that they really can be very competitive in.
It's a Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. A break here. We'll talk more about the matchup between the Sockies and the Blue Jays after this.
Financial headlines. Are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, you can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's the new beginning. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street, Quincy. Edward Jones, making sense of investments. Member SIPC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon guys to get it right the first time. No job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, we couldn't resist. Call Braden today at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
You can plan for most things in your life, but being sick isn't one of them. That's why Illini Express has expanded hours so your family can get the care you require. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Illini Express can see patients 18 months and older, no appointment necessary. When you can't wait to feel better, Illini Express is here for you. Located on the square in Pittsfield. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org.
When you hear Pike County Glass, what do you think of? Is it storm window and screen repair? Commercial doors, windows, and storefronts? Maybe it's auto glass repair, including windshields, rock chip repair, side glass, and back glass. Or it could be screen and porches, glass showers and doors, and, well, you get the point. Glass is in their name, and glass is what they do. Pike County Glass, serving the entire area with high-quality craftsmanship, products, and customer service that's second to none. You'll find Pike County Glass at 1071 West Washington Street in Pittsfield, or call them at 217-285-4275.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. The Sockies and the Blue Jays both warming up in preparation for tonight's contest. And good to see some fans here at the stands. And it looks like they're going to have the national anthem here as they'll play the national anthem. No band here tonight, so we'll step aside and come back with a look at the starting lineups after this.
Hometown Real Estate offers residential buying and selling specialists as well as land specialists across the Midwest. Call our office at 217-285-4502 or call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. Speak to any of the hometown brokers for residential and commercial properties. Kate hopes you are enjoying the broadcast of our local teams enjoying their sports. Give Kate Marable a call at 217-370-9809. Hometown Real Estate for you.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Dear Western Grain Service is your progressive feed and grain resource for Western Illinois. They offer a full range of feed products for all species and many grain merchandising opportunities with locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461 or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com. Welcome to Westtown Ford, serving Central and West Central Illinois. When you're shopping for a new vehicle, we believe you need a comfortable ambiance, dynamic selection of vehicles, competitive options for financing, and high-quality service to feel confident and stress-free throughout the car buying process. At Westtown Ford, you will find just that, a great selection of Ford models and a team that will make the process as smooth as possible. Westtown Ford Lincoln in Jacksonville, just 30 minutes away from high prices.
Welcome back on Central Illinois Sports to the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you in part by Trash Queen, serving Pike, Adams, Scott, and Morgan counties with residential, commercial, and roll-off services. They offer 10-yard, 15-yard, and 20-yard roll-off containers. Call 217-320-4320. Head coach Lonnie McNally and the PORTA AC Blue Jays will start the following. At the left tackle will be a 6'1", 260-pounder. That is Gavin Dick. At the left guard spot is a 6'2", 190-pounder, Colby Flanders. We saw Flanders play some basketball. Cole Klauser will start at the center. He's 6'1", 250 pounds. At the right guard is Jonathan Leffler. He's 6'2", 180 pounds. And the right tackle is Blake McDaniel, 6'4", 230 pounders. So some good size up front for this PORTA squad. At one wing back, they'll have Caden Christensen. He's a 6'2", 185-pounder. At the other wing will be a 5'10", 165-pound player. That's Dalton Knapp. And you have a quarterback, Jack.
Quarterback is number 7, Nate Logston.
All right, thank you. Couldn't find him there. Nate Logston. He's 6', 180 pounds for this squad in PORTA. So a formidable team. Good size up front for this PORTA squad. And, you know, it really starts a lot with that size up front and that play of that line if you're going to be successful on either side of the football. For this Saki squad, who are 0-1 coming into the contest tonight, Cameron Walker will start at center. He's a 5'9", 245-pound senior. The tackles this evening will be Caden Hittner, a 5'10", 220-pound junior. And at the other tackle is Nathan Gunder, the 6', 260-pound senior. At the guard positions, Skylar Smith, the 5'10", 225-pound senior. And at the other guard spot tonight for the Sakis is going to be
Cade Corgett.
Cade Corgett, thank you. Couldn't find Cade on there. He's 5'7", 190 pounds and a junior. In the backfield, Gage Gratton is the 6'2", 220-pound senior. He'll be joined in the backfield this evening by Weston McAllister at the quarterback spot. McAllister's a 6'2", 160-pound sophomore, and Colton Story, the 5'7", 180-pound senior. The wideout positions this evening, they'll run through quite a rotation of those. Jonas J.J. Petty, a 5'10", 155-pound junior. Mason Farrago, he's a 5'4", 130-pound junior. And Bobby Stout, the 6'2", 185-pound junior for the Sakis. And at the tight end spot, as they'll run the spread, will be Joel Clemens. He's 6'4", 230 pounds and a senior. You'll hear a mix of those young people in the lineup and on the field, and hopefully in the end zone throughout the night tonight. Those are your starting lineups, also brought to you in part by Bowlers Universe. They're open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items for burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Check them out and enjoy the fun at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. The break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll take a look at the keys to the game next.
Investments are important, but so are the investments of the time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game on Central Illinois Sports. For all your investment needs, call Derek Harris at 217-222-7173 or stop by the office at 1891 Main Street, Quincy. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. The caring and experienced experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
Welcome to the city of Pittsfield, a great place to call home or a great place to visit as a home away from home. Visit the beautiful downtown area with the Pike County Courthouse and many businesses and restaurants to enjoy. Then check out the Pittsfield City Lake, a great place for boating, fishing, and camping. And new to the lake this year, a disc golf course. Learn more about all that the city of Pittsfield has to offer by visiting their website, pittsfieldil.org. The city of Pittsfield and Mayor John Hayden wish the Sockies good luck this season. Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Just about ready to see the kickoff for this contest between the Sockies and the PORTA AC Blue Jays. The PORTA program was always a very strong program traditionally, but they've kind of struggled in the Sangamo Conference as the Sockies have, and looking to get some footing. And part of that, Jack, it's football's a very big numbers game, and not a lot of guys on the sideline for this PORTA squad. The Sockies, really, it looks like similar numbers when you look at this. Pittsfield not dressing any of their freshmen, trying to keep that class separated just in case there would ever be a positive. That way both groups wouldn't be canceled. But the Sockies numbers are on the trend upward, and a lot of that is due to that freshman class who got the big win last night.
It is, and it looks like, with the 8th graders and the 7th graders and some of those, the numbers will continue to grow there. PORTA did co-op with Greenview for a while, you remember. Then now they're co-oping with AC Central and have for quite a while. AC Central used to co-op with Virginia and send great numbers to Virginia for football.
Sockies will be in the red uniforms, black numbers, white trim. PORTA's in the road white uniforms with the blue numbers and dark trim here this evening. And it's been a while since we've had a home football game for this Sockies squad. And they are excited to play in front of the home crowd here tonight.
Just about ready to get things underway. I did not see who's going to be kicking off tonight. I didn't have the officials actually met it at the...
I don't think they've actually even done a flip.
Not on the field anyway, they haven't, and that could be different because of COVID. I'm just surprised there is a kickoff with COVID because, I don't know.
Can't have a jump ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand some of those rule changes. It appears
maybe they just give it to the visiting team.
Yeah.
And flip a coin if you had overtime.
It appears the Sockies will be back to receive the kickoff to start this contest. Marco Ballinger back deep, along with Logan Howland, it appears.
Good speed by Ballinger. If he could get on the outside and catch a block or two, he'd be off to the races. Got to be one of the fastest guys on this team, I would think.
Number 78.
For PORTA, they have a 78 as the kicker. I think that's Kobe Williams. He was listed as 77 of the program, but number 78 in your hearts. And he'll be kicking off for the PORTA squad, and sit back and enjoy high school football action on Central Illinois Sports. The wind is out of the southeast this evening and blowing fairly briskly, so you don't want to kick the ball too far in the air here. And the Sockies will scoot the second line up a little closer. I see Story out there.
Joel Clemens looks big on the field, does he not?
He does. He's got some pretty good size.
Yes,
I think
he does.
Lane Elliott may be the man on the other side, or that could be McKee, trying to get him to turn enough toward me so we can catch a number on there. Referee and the sideline for PORTA having some discussion. Williams is just about ready to put the ball in the air for this PORTA team. And it looks like we're ready for high school football action. Glad you're with us here this evening. Williams has his hand in the air. Referees will blow the whistle. And the ball is in the air. A high kick, not extremely deep. It's going to be some miscommunication by the Sockies. Ballinger will pick it up now off the bounce across the 30-yard line. Still on his feet. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. One man to beat, and he will run it back for the touchdown. Marco Ballinger takes the ball from the 24 to the end zone, and the Sockies with an early 6-0 advantage.
Ballinger got it, and I told you, once he gets an opening, it's all over, folks. The man can flat flying at the 11:47 mark of the first quarter. Sockies with a 6-0 lead now to get that ever important extra point.
And it looks like they'll bring J.J. Petty on for the point after attempt kick. So a 76-yard run back for the touchdown for the Sockies puts them on top 6-0 on the Trash Queen scoreboard. What a start to the evening for Pittsfield. Jeremiah Jackson will be the holder. Petty is the kicker. The snap is a good one. The hold is down. The kick is up. It appears to be good, and it is. 7-0 Pittsfield off to an early advantage here in the first quarter. 11:47 to play in the first. Back with you after this.
Spring will be here before you know it. Don't let busted screens leave you feeling cooped up when the nice weather arrives. Pike County Glass is your one-stop shop for screen and window repair. From storm window and screen repair to screened and porch installation, Pike County Glass does it all and more. All with high-quality craftsmanship and products, plus customer service that is second to none. Call Pike County Glass at 217-285-4275 or stop by at 1071 West Washington Street in Pittsfield. Pike County Glass, West Central Illinois' glass experts.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we asked, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Don Kirk or Sheila Davidsmeyer today at 217-285-4014.
Well, a terrific start to a home contest for the Pittsfield Sockies. A 76-yard run back by Marco Ballinger. And the point after by J.J. Petty has given Pittsfield a 7-0 advantage. 11:47 to play in the first. J.J. Petty on to kick off for the Sockies. Looks like we see Wade Pratt back deep for PORTA. We'll try to catch the other young man. Could be Jacob Vogel. It's a high kick. Going to send the man backwards, and it's going to take a bounce. Pratt now will pick it up at his own 4 across the 10-yard line. Stutter steps at the 12, running sideways. A flag is on the field, and he'll be taken down right there at the 10-yard line by the Sockies' Joel Clements, plus a flag. So this one's going to be back even farther, you would assume. The flag is against PORTA.
What a job by Joel Clements in the open field. A young man that first year of football?
I believe that's correct.
I believe it's his second year of football. He played his sophomore year, maybe?
But it has not played varsity. It is against PORTA. Illegal use of hands.
So the ball is sitting at about the 13-yard line, it appears. The Sockies will accept that, so that should move it back
half the distance.
To about the 7.
Yep. So they'll walk it off here in a minute, and the offense led by 6', 185-pound quarterback Nate Logston will be here for PORTA.
They didn't move it back.
They're still talking to Coach Paul Petty about it.
Well, you're going to move it back.
Yeah, I don't know what the discussion would be.
I mean, you know, you can talk all day, but you're going to take the penalty.
Absolutely. Yeah, no reason not to. It's an illegal use of hands by PORTA. The Sockies will accept that, and they will walk it off here in a moment. And it'll be back at about the 7-yard line by the time they lay it down.
11:39 left first quarter play. 7-0 Sockies on the Trash Queen scoreboard.
Yeah, they marked off 10 yards, but it should be half the distance to the goal. So that ball should be at about the 6.5, 7-yard line, and they'll get it right.
They're doing the hokey pokey out there. They got it on the 7, and they've spun themselves around.
So Logston will come out under center with a single receiver wide out to either side. 2 backs behind him in the backfield. Calls the line set. Logston sends a man in motion, right to left, going to pitch it out to the motion man. The Sockies are there, but he breaks a tackle. Ball carrier this time appears to be Declan LaRakers. LaRakers takes the ball out for a gain to the 12-yard line. That's a gain of, it looks like about 7 on the play.
It was on the 7.
Well, look at the box. See what I'm saying?
That doesn't make
I don't think
any
the
sense.
chains are in the right spot.
The chains were not set in the right spot to start, guys.
That's not right. Because
Yeah,
they stayed where the chains are in the wrong spot.
Yeah, and they're going to have to get that right because the ball was at the 7 and it gained to the 11, so it should be a 4-yard gain, and they've got to get the chains in the right spot. So at their own 7, out of their own 11, second down and 6 yards to go.
May have had some injuries in the chain gang and got some new guys over there, you know.
A little younger than they've been in the past.
I'll say.
Logston are going to be under center. 2 receivers wide right this time. Calls the line set, puts a man in motion once again. Going to hand it off to the fullback. No, the quarterback keeps the ball. He's taken down after a short game up across the 15, down to the 17-yard line. Farrago and Corgett in on the stop. Brings up a 3rd down and 1 as he gained 4 on the play.
5.
They still haven't gotten the chains in the right spot.
No, they gave him a first down.
Oh, no.
No, now they're on the...
They signaled a first down, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That's a first down.
All right,
He got 6.
1st and 10 from the 17-yard line.
So that was Logston with the ball, correct?
That was the quarterback, Logston, on the read option there. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. 10:45 and counting in this first quarter of play. If you're just joining us, the Sockies ran the opening kickoff back to start the contest. 2 receivers wide to the right, double wing formation behind the quarterback, Logston. Long cadence here, puts a man in motion. That's Knapp. Quarterback is wrapped up quickly. He's driven backwards by the Sockies. Story in there on the initial hit. Also Smith in. Looks to be back to the 16. Nope, they're going to call right at the line of scrimmage. No loss, no gain. It brings up a 2nd and 10. Still at the 17-yard line. Just over 10 minutes to play in the first. Sockies a good swarm to the ball that time. Logston will send 2 receivers wide right. A single man to the left-hand side is Caden Christensen. Now they'll put him in motion and flip-flop those receivers as Knapp will come as the wingback on the left. Logston puts Knapp in motion, going to pitch it out to him along the right-hand side, looking for running room. Has a block out in front, but hit and taken down by the Sockies. That's Grattan in on the hit. Up across the 20 to the 22-yard line, a gain of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and a long 6, a short 7. We'll call it 6 yards to go. So a quick clock here in the first. As the Sockies ran it back, Porta's kept it on the ground so far. Let's see if they want to go to the air with a 3rd and 6 from the Socky 21. They send Christensen wide left. Everybody else is bunched up near the line of scrimmage. Logston is under center. Calls the line set, puts a man in motion. Now going to run the option hit as he pitches it out to the right-hand side. That's Strope on the run. He's turned back in by the Socky defense after a short gain of a yard. And this will bring up a 4th down and 5 for Porta. And what you would think would be a punting situation for this Blue Jay team. Bobby Stout in on the stop for the Sockies that time.
Good job by the defensive end on that side. I think that's Clements and also by Stout coming up, turning that play in.
So the Sockies will send back to receive the punt. Mason Farrago, this kid can move.
Got to catch it. That's the big thing.
Logston is also the punter, so always have to be wary of the fake. He's a left-handed kicker.
Short.
It's not an extremely deep punt. The Sockies, Farrago, he's going to come up and try to pick this one up on the go. Now he has to dive on it. Probably a smarter play. He gets it at the Porta 41, and that's where the Sockies will start 1st and 10 at the 8:15 mark of the first quarter. So they ran it back, and then they got a stop on defense, and a good start continues for Pittsfield. Lipcom Seed Sales is your Pioneer dealer. They also can assist you with precision farming and crop insurance. Call Aaron Lipcom 217-430-4516 or Brett Lipcom 242-2703. Sockies will spread them wide, trips left, 2 receivers to the right-hand side, and the quarterback McAllister is all by his lonesome in the backfield. 4-man front here for Porta. Back to pass is McAllister. Has a little time, hits his man in Farrago. Turns it upfield at the 30. Tries to cut back around the 25 where he's taken down right at the 25-yard line. A gain of 16 yards on the play to Farrago, and that'll be a Socky 1st and 10 at the 25. So a 16-yard pass to Farrago on his first catch of the evening. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsfield at the 8:06 mark of this first.
Nice throw.
Yeah, got a little time. A little pressure toward the end, but standing strong in the pocket that time was McAllister. He's in the gun once again, standing about 4 yards deep. Puts a man in motion, going to hand it to the motion man, and nothing going this time as Marco Ballinger is taken down for a loss deep in the backfield near the 31-yard line. That's a loss of 6 yards on the play on the run by Ballinger, and this will bring up a 2nd and 16.
They got good penetration on the defensive side by the two guards, or the two tackles, I should say, and that play just needed to move a little bit quicker.
Jordan Vickers is listed at 6'3", 330, playing in the tackle spot on the left side of the PORTA defense. In the shotgun is the quarterback, McAllister. I don't think that was supposed to happen that way. I think he was trying for a hard count. The ball was snapped. Now a penalty flag flies in. He's taken down back at the 41-yard line, which would be a loss of 10 yards on the play, but a flag comes in late. And let's see what it is here. Clinton Vineyard, our official.
He's who threw the flag.
Yep. He and the umpire now, or the
you got to believe it's either a face mask, yeah. But is it a personal? Is it a 5-yard face mask?
He just said a face mask, so it should just be a 5-yarder, it looks like.
So you lose the yardage and then get the penalty, so they're going to lose about 5 and go back to the 35-yard line?
Yes.
3rd and 20 right now at the 7:26 mark of the first quarter. 7-0 Sockies on the Trash Queen scoreboard. They need some time. Those linemen need to pinch it a little bit more and give McAllister a little bit more time.
Should this be second down?
Yeah, it is second down.
No.
Yes. Because
Fox has it as second.
The penalty would have taken that away, right?
No, they lost the yardage on the play, so you can't have both.
Well, I'm just telling you, the box says second down right now. Trips left, two receivers to the right, and McAllister's in the gun. He's going to throw the quick bubble screen to the left-hand side, hits his man, but the man hit immediately is Ethan Palmer, now driven backwards. Palmer going to, let's see where they give him forward progress to the 40-yard line. So that's a loss of 5 on the play on the pass to Palmer. And this will be 3rd down and about 25 yards to go from the 40. Socky's offense headed backwards right now.
You know, when you start on the 41, it's great to have that spread offense, but you could have established the run with a short field like this and let somebody like Grattan get some yardage. Ballinger showed that if you get across the middle, you could do some things. Now you got yourself in a bit of a pickle.
3rd and 25 from the 40-yard line. Stout and Farragut are split wide right. They're looking for Stout. Stout goes up to try to grab it, hits in the hands, bounces off. A lot of traffic there. Penalty flag on the left side of the field. Let's wait and see what this is about.
Could be holding on a cornerback there as a wide receiver maybe trying to get out. Don't know what else you could have out in that area unless you got an illegal man downfield.
It really was a pretty well-thrown ball, even though it was in traffic.
Stout just about reached back and picked it up.
Yeah.
That was a good quick hitter. Little hot pass right across the middle of Stout.
Officials are saying no flag, and so that'll be an incomplete pass, and so it'll be a 4th down and long from the 40 for the Sockies. Why not punt? Try to pin them deep.
Well,
here comes the punt team on the field.
Yep. That would probably be the advisable thing, but you got the wind at your back, so you want to do one of those little rugby kicks. And
Petty appears to be the punter as well for this Socky squad.
Makes it easier if you're the same guy who's doing everything. You just say it's time to kick, and he knows what's going on. Former soccer player, so he's got a good leg.
Pike County Express is your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you. And now the Sockies break the huddle with illegal participation.
Too many people?
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Move it back to the 45, and really not the...
No, it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world with the wind at your back.
Actually a good thing. That's really not a bad thing at all. They've got one guy back, and you can kick away from him. Actually, if you kick to the north side of this field, it goes east and west.
Looks like Wade Pratt. Petty puts his foot into this one. A high kick, not extremely deep. That actually is LeRaker's back to receive. He'll just let it die, and the ball will be down by the Sockies at the 13-yard line. And that's where PORTA will take over 1st and 10 at their own 13 with 6:26 to play in the opening quarter. Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank is here to help you with your auto, residential, and commercial loan needs. Call Damon Emmerich, 217-285-4404. So this PORTA squad will have the ball for the second time on the evening as Nate Logston and company head back to the field to try to establish a little more offensive firepower than they showed the first time around. Double wing formation with the quarterback Logston under center. A single receiver will be out wide past the hash marks on either side.
Could make some good tackles here. That's important.
6:26 to play in the first. Logston puts a man in motion. Going to keep it on the right side, pitch it at the last moment to the motion man. That's Dalton Knapp looking for the corner. He'll turn it up near the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 2 yards on the play. And it brings up a 2nd down and 8.
Good job on the tackle on the outside there.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. They're going to give him a little more than 2. Called a 3-yard gain, Jack, by Knapp. Got a little friendlier spot.
Who was that on the outside?
Still trying to tell. Bobby Stout's playing an end on that side.
I thought it looked like 20, but I don't believe it could be.
Gratton is also out there playing. He's kind of an outside backer, it appears. That's an illegal motion.
You got a penalty there. Yep.
The left tackle moved early that time, so that'll be 5 yards on the penalty and should move the ball back near the 11-yard line. Illegal motion, false start, and brings up a 2nd down. It should be 2nd and about 11 or 12 here from just past the 10. 5:43 to play in the first. 7-0 the advantage for the Sockies on the Trash Queen scoreboard. The quarterback, Logston, is under center, double wing formation. Puts a man in motion right to left. He'll give it off to the fullback. No, he kept it himself. Breaks one tackle, turns it up at the 15, now 20-yard line. Logston still on his feet out near the 30. Taken down right at the 30-yard line. A gain of 19 yards on the play by the quarterback, Logston, as the Sockies lost contain that time. And it'll bring up a 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Second first down of the ball game by PORTA. And Logston, the contained man there on that end, has got to always take that quarterback when you're running the option. Don't see him run the option out of the wing T very often.
2 receivers now wide to the right for PORTA. As Logston now will say, no, that's not right. Let's put Christensen over here on the left, and he'll line up in the tight end spot. So a single receiver wide right is Jordan McNulty. Logston's under center, puts Knapp in motion. Going to hand it off to the fullback in the backfield. This is Strope, and Strope is taken down very quickly by the Sockies. It looked like Stout was in on the stop again for Pittsfield. Strope will be taken out of the 28-yard line, a loss of 2 on the play, and brings up a 2nd and 12 from the 28-yard line. Nice job by Bobby Stout. He's been in a lot of good places on this defensive side for Pittsfield so far. 4:44 and counting in the opening quarter. The Sockies staked a 7-0 lead early in this one. Same set for this PORTA team. Wide right and the receiver spot. And Logston's under center. A lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. Kind of a slow snap this time. Tries to run the reverse. It's a fumble, and the Sockies have recovered. They ran into the man. It looks like Story is in on the recovery, and they do receive the fumble at about the 23-yard line.
Was it Story that picked it up?
Story did recover it at the PORTA 23, and that's where the Sockies will start in tremendous field position. 1st and 10 with 4:23 to play in the first. Let's see if they can't get something going on the offensive side now. J.J. Petty is wide left. 2 receivers to the right in Farrago and Stout. Gratton is the single back. He stands about 2 yards deep of the quarterback, McAllister, who's in the shotgun. McAllister takes a snap, going to hand it to Gratton, running to the right, has both hands around the ball, turn it up at the 15, 10-yard line, cuts it back, runs into the end zone. It's a touchdown run, a 23-yard run by Gage Gratton at the 4:14 mark of the first, and the Sockies lead 13-0.
Gratton put his head down, grabbed that ball up, took good care of it, and when he turned that corner, he just ran away from people once again. 13-0 for the Sockies. And I like the idea of getting that run established because then the pass becomes a lot easier.
We saw Gratton run the ball well at times last year, and he's not a guy that's afraid of making contact to finish a run.
He's big.
4:14 to play in the first, and J.J. Petty on for the extra point attempt. Jeremiah Jackson is the holder for the Sockies. The snap is a little high. Jackson gets it down. It's a good kick by Petty.
It said no good.
They'll say it went wide right. I'll be darned. 4:14 to play in the first. It's a 13-0 lead for the Sockies over PORTA. Back with you after this.
Don, you would like to thank everyone in our community for your support in the past 15 years. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space with spirit wear for Unity Mustangs, Liberty Eagles, Brown County Hornets, and our hometown Central Panthers. Businesses, let us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. We are excited to now offer lasered hat patches. With limitations on attendance to local sporting events, we are excited to help bring you this game. Press yours on you, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Well, just a one-play drive for the Sockies on the 24-yard run by Gage Gratton. The kick after no good by Petty as it was wide right. And Pittsfield leads 13-0 on the Trash Queen scoreboard. 4:14 to play in the first. Petty is back to kick for the Sockies from his own 40-yard line. Wind at his back. He'll put his foot into this one. A good kick, end over end, taken by Wade Pratt at about his own 3. Across the 10, 15-yard line, met with some resistance around the 20, spun back around and taken down. In on the initial hit was Marco Ballinger for the Sockies. He'll take the man down at the 21-yard line, and that's where PORTA will start 1st and 10 at their own 21. Getting up 4:09 to play here in the first. Real and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, outdoor wall hangings, and much more. Stop by and see them or call 285-5013. Well, the Sockies made the most of the turnover by PORTA last time. They picked the ball up off the turf and then one play later ran it in for the score. They're looking to get another stop here and keep this first quarter rolling their direction. A single man wide to the right-hand side as the quarterback Logston lines up under center. In the double wing, puts a man in motion. Going to pitch it out to the motion man, but not before a flag flies here as Declan LaRakers was the man they got the ball to, but you either had somebody in the neutral zone or somebody moved early. Let's wait and see what the official tells us here. They're going to say that it is offsides, actually by PORTA. You don't see a lot of offsides on the offensive side, but they'll say the tight end, no, actually it was they had the wingback on this side, and Knapp was the man they listed as offsides.
I don't know how a wingback could be offsides. He's 3 yards off the ball, off the line of scrimmage. But if you saw their linemen, they're kind of reaching out to set their splits, and it appeared that the biggest player on the far end, the tight end, was a little bit ahead of everybody else.
So it's 1st and 15 now from the 15. Logston's under center, puts a man in motion. Now going to bring it back to the near side of the field, turns it up, and is taken down after a short gain. Looks like he's going to finish the run, though, out to the 20-yard line. Nice job by the quarterback, Logston. Corgett in on the stop, along with, who else is there, John? Duncan. Gain of about 4 on the play, Jack. Brings up a 2nd and 11.
Logston with 25 yards and 4 carries already, and so he's been their main success running back, and a lot of that's got to do with tackling right at that spot.
3:33 and counting in the first. 13-0 the advantage for the Sockies. Logston under center. 2 receivers wide right, a man wide to his left. Let's see if they want to go to the air. He will run the option out there. Nice job by the defensive end to stay home. That's Logan Howland in on the stop. Howland takes him down after a short 1-yard gain out to the 21-yard line, and it brings up a 3rd down and 9.
You like that 3rd and long situation with the wind kind of blowing in their face with still 3 minutes left in the quarter. Sockies up 13-0 on the Trash Queen scoreboard here at Glenn C. Smith Field.
Howland did a really nice job, though. Stayed in his spot, didn't fall for the fake pitch out there, and made the tackle after a very short gain. So a 3rd and a long 9 here for PORTA. 2:47 and counting in the first. A single receiver wide right in the double wing formation. Put a man in motion. Back the pass goes the quarterback, Logston. Got a man running free down the field, and he's got his man. The completion here is out to LaRakers. He'll take it and run it all the way out to the 44-yard line, so that's a gain of 23 on the pass to LaRakers, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Nice job by Logston to stay in there and take the harm. He got clobbered at the end, and he comes up holding the ribs. I mean, he took a shot.
3rd first down for the PORTA Blue Jays. 2 on the run and that one on the pass. He did take a good shot from the linebacker on the outside here, but just a little bit behind him. You need to come up with your hands up in the air to kind of try to make that happen. But, boy, he was wide open in the middle of the field, was he not?
2:30 and counting of the first. They had a man even deeper downfield, but Logston said, I'll try this one. It's a little closer. Double wing formation. Logston puts a man in motion in LaRakers. Hands it off to the fullback this time. That's Stroop. Stroop turns his way upfield, but a flag flies in. He's across the 50 down to the Saki 47. But that looks to be a hold, and this will come back.
Point of infraction or just a hold? Yeah, that's going to be point of infraction. The flag's on the 46-yard line of PORTA. The ball now on about the 47-yard line of Pittsfield. But you're going to see 10 yards from the 46-yard line. They'll put it back to the 36. No.
A face mask.
A face mask against the offensive team. And they're calling that a personal foul, so that's 15 yards, Charlie.
From the point of the infraction to the 46, so that'll move the ball all the way back to the 31-yard line.
And you were at the 44 with a 1st and 10, so you're going to have a first down and 23 yards to go, if my math any good.
And the penalties are adding up here for PORTA in the early going.
Yep, a 15-yard penalty gives them 25 yards in penalties and 3 flags on the day.
So back to their own 31, and what did you say, 1st and 23?
I believe it will be.
2:16 to play in the first. You don't see an offensive face mask very much.
Somebody got their hands in somebody else's mask that they weren't supposed to. 3 wideouts on the left-hand side.
Looks like one of them is the wingback, though. Logston is under center, going to put the wingback in motion, and Pratt going to try to hand it off, pulls it out at the last side, makes a tackle in the backfield, turns it up, and he gets to the outside across the 40, down to the 45-yard line, near the original line of scrimmage. In fact, just past that, so he gains 14 yards on the play. The Sakis had 3 men there, but just could not take him down, and he escapes to make it a 2nd and 9.
Logston now with 40 yards and 6 carries, and the guy on this side who is chasing that play needs to get a little bit better pursuit angle, and he'll be able to make that tackle. That's Lane Elliott.
No, I don't think it's Elliott.
40?
Yeah, it is 40 on this side.
Yep. Now here's the hard count. Could not draw anybody off sides. So now they'll put the play in motion. Hand it off to the fullback, Stroop. He's going to be taken down near the 48-yard line where the pile falls. A 3-yard gain by Stroop. Stout in on the stop, brings up a 3rd down and 6. From the 48-yard line, just over a minute to play in the first. It's a 13-0 Saki advantage here on the Trash Queen scoreboard.
The way Howland tackled down here when he got the quarterback that one time is what the guys need to do each and every time. Get a little lower. They're about 6-8 inches too high on their tackles.
So a big play, near midfield here. 2 receivers wide right, a single to the left-hand side as Logston's under center. He's back to pass. He's a lefty. Looks to his right. That ball is picked off. Picked off by the Sakis. Who's got it? Turning it upfield. He made a one-handed grab, and I still haven't. Looked like Grattan possibly that got his hands on it, and he did. That was the best catch we've seen Grattan make on either side of the ball in a couple of seasons, and it's an interception, and it'll be a Saki 1st and 10 from their own 46.
What a huge play, giving the Sakis a 1st and 10 as the first quarter is going to run out here in just a second. Sakis are going to be up 13-0 after 1 quarter. I guess you got 31.1 seconds left. But
the referee's getting together to talk about something. There was somebody on the PORTA sideline who was not very happy on something that happened there. I don't know if they thought it was pass interference, but Grattan, that ball was behind him. He brought it back in one-handed and then kept both hands around it to make sure nobody could strip it out. That's a big takeaway, the second of the game for this Saki defense.
That linebacker got deep to make that interception, did he not?
Petty is wide left for Pittsfield. And in the shotgun is the quarterback, McAllister. Hands to the single back in Story. He's taken down in the backfield for a loss. Back near the 43-yard line. That's a loss of 3 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 13, and I don't think Pittsfield will run another play here before the end of the first. So after a quarter of play, it's the Pittsfield Sakis on top of the PORTA AC Blue Jays by the score of 13-0 as you watch high school football action. Glad you're with us tonight on Central Illinois Sports.
1962, Logan Ag has provided customers with quality products, competitive prices, and...
But what about the new locations, Grampy? What new location?
Well, boys, Logan Ag now has locations in Winchester, Illinois, and in LaBelle, Missouri.
So now there are 4? I'll be 4 this year.
Logan Ag, serving customers in Griggsville and Winchester, Illinois, Paris and LaBelle, Missouri.
Our vision for agriculture is 2020.
No matter who wins today, you can be on the winning team. Discover a job where your pay, job security, and safety are our top priorities. At DOT, Our material handlers and drivers earn some of the best money in the market. Plus, we top that off with goal-based pay opportunities, profit sharing, vacation time, 401k matching, and more. Make your fantasy team a reality. Join DOT today.
Well, after a quarter of play, it's the Pittsfield Sockies 13, the PORTA AC Central Blue Jays nothing on the Trash Queen scoreboard. The Sockies ran the opening kickoff of the game back, and then they also scored on a 24-yard run by Grattan to extend the lead out to 13-0. They've got the ball now 2nd down and 13 from their own 43. Ready to start the second quarter. Sockies in the red uniforms tonight. Tried to run on first down. It didn't go anywhere with Story that time. That's the thing, if you start that deep and you don't get good blocking on the offensive line, you can take a loss pretty easily. 2 receivers wide left, a single man to the right-hand side. McAllister stands in the gun with Story just off his backside. They'll hand it to him again. Hits the line a little harder this time, trying to turn it upfield, and is taken down near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. In on the stop that time, LaRakers for this PORTA squad. No gain, and it's a 3rd and 13.
He ran a long way that time not to get a gain. That handoff was very deep in the backfield, so he probably ran 5 yards before they made the good tackle by PORTA.
They set the ball at the 44, so maybe give him a yard. 2 men wide right. Trips are bunched on the short side of the field to the left. McAllister's back to pass. Has a little time. Steps up into the throw. Throw is high. It is incomplete. As trying to juggle that one in was Ballinger. It's an incomplete pass. It stops the clock with 11:16 to play in the first, and the Sockies will bring out the punt team.
First time the Sockies will have to punt into the wind, so we'll see if Petty takes a different approach at punting the ball this time.
A little more of a rugby kick possibly?
You'd want to get that roll. They only put one guy back, and so there's going to be a lot of wide side on the south side of the field as he steps back onto the east end of the field at around the 30-yard line.
Stroop is back there. Now there's some confusion by the Sockies. They may need to take a timeout, although the play clock's still at 20. There was some confusion on whether or not they were going to go for it. It looked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think I only got 10 guys out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, all 11 are there. Petty is punting from his own 32-yard line. It's a low snap. Petty has to try to pick it up and run with it now, and he's going to be taken down back at the 35-yard line, call it the 34. So that's a loss of 10 yards on the low snap, and PORTA will have good field position. 1st and 10 from the Socky 34 with 11:11 to play in the second.
Fundamental things make a difference. You're up 13-0. You want to build that momentum, but you've allowed PORTA now to have a little bit of momentum of their own. The defense is really going to have to pick it up here. Short field for PORTA with the ball just right outside the 35-yard line.
Yep, 35, we'll call it. 2 receivers left, a single receiver wide to the right. The quarterback, Logston, will set up under center. Stroop is the fullback in the backfield. He'll get the handoff now and is tackled by a gang of Sockies that time. In on the tackle that time was Skylar Smith, and no gain on the play. Lost maybe a half a yard, but we'll call it no gain, no loss, and it brings up a 2nd and 10.
Stroop took a long time to get back to that quarterback. He was standing in a single spot probably for almost 2 counts before the fullback got there, so got to hit that a little bit quicker. That gave the defense time to penetrate.
10:44 and counting in the second. 13-0, the advantage for the Sockies. Logston's under center at the double wing formation. Puts a man in motion right to left. Going to pitch it out to the motion man this time. That's LaRakers trying to turn it upfield. Breaks 1 tackle. Still on his feet. Fighting for yardage is LaRakers, and he's near the 1st down marker. Let's wait and see where they mark him here. He's going to be just shy, it looks like, to the 26-yard line, so a gain of 9. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 26.
Second carry for LaRakers. He's got 13 yards and 2 carries. He ran really hard that time, and the defensive end's got to shed that blocker. He was with that blocker way too long that time. He's got to turn that play back up. Linebackers, when you're playing 4 linebackers, they've got to make that fill.
Clock ticks down under 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. Single receiver will split out wide to the right-hand side. Logston will be under center in the double wing. Takes the snap, hands it off to Stroop, the fullback, looking for running room along the right-hand side. He will pick up the 1st down, taken down just inside the 24 to the 22-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play and brings up a 1st and 10.
Fourth first down of the ball game for the Porta Blue Jays at the 9:44 mark. They are heading to the west end.
Pike County Concrete, if you need concrete for your next job or project, give Pike County Concrete a call. They've got locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville to better serve your needs. 217-285-5548. Clock is stopped here. I'm not sure why. Under center is the quarterback Logston. It's still not running. They put a man in motion, going to pitch it out to the motion man, and the Rakers finds a little seam, cuts back up the middle, down to the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on the play by the Rakers, and brings up a second down and 3.
They're getting good momentum back there, and that should give the linebackers time to fill, but they are not shedding blocks right now. They've got to get rid of that blocker.
9:19 and the clock ticking down in the second.
The other thing you're seeing from the defensive ends is they're penetrating a couple yards into the offensive backfield, and you can't do that either because that gives them a chance to get that momentum.
Yeah, they've done a nice job staying home in the first couple of defensive series for Pittsfield. Double wing formation. Logston again under center, puts the Rakers in motion. Going to fake the pitch, keep it himself on the right-hand side, trying to bootleg, and the Sakis aren't fooled at all. He's going to get taken down here. Is Logston right at the 15. That's where he started. No gain, no loss.
Really reached the ball out dangerously that time.
Yeah, I didn't think he had gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but he only did because he reached out, didn't he, John?
Yeah, just a chance to knock the ball away if you do that very much.
Looked like that was Corgett in on the stop from the linebacker spot. Third down and a long 3 here for the Blue Jays in 4-down territory. 8:26 and counting in the second. Logston is under center. Man on the right still in motion. Now Logston pulls back from under center, calls out an audible possibly. Calls the line set now, puts the Rakers in motion. Going to try the little inside counter play, and they're going to get a touchdown out of it on the run by Dalton Knapp. So Knapp will take it in from the 15-yard line at the 8:06 mark of the first quarter and cuts the Saki lead to 7, 13-6.
We can also tell you it's 14-0 Calhoun over Pleasant Hill in the Oak and Bucket game in the second quarter. West Central leads by a 21-0 count. 1:46 left first quarter as they are taking on North Green.
Looks like Kobe Williams will be in to try for the extra point attempt. The holder is the quarterback Logston for Porta. 8:06 to play in the second, trying to cut it down to a 6-point game. The hold is good, but there's a flag that flies in here. And the referee tells us it's illegal participation by Porta. They have too many men on the field.
2, 4, 6.
Nobody's leaving yet if
8,
they do.
10. I only count 11. No, there must have been 12.
There goes old number 12 off the field.
Number 10, actually.
He was going to throw a block.
So they'll back him up 5 yards and try the kick again. Wyndon is at his back, so it shouldn't affect things much.
Fourth penalty for 30 total yards on Porta. Pittsfield has not received a penalty yet.
Williams is the kicker for the Blue Jays. The hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is blocked. And it'll be still this 13-6 score. 8:06 to play in the second. It's a 13-6 advantage for the Sakis over the Blue Jays as you watch high school football action on Central Iowa Sports.
Geared Up is your local source for custom apparel and awards. Geared Up offers a wide variety of apparel options, including embroidery, t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos. We do it all. Ask us how we can help you raise funds for your local school or organization. Find us online at www.wegearyouup.com or call 217-473-6290. That's 473-6290 for Geared Up custom apparel and awards.
In a world that seems to be out of control, your friends at First Christian Church of Pittsfield, Illinois want you to know that the hope of God's love reaches out to you. God loves you and He has a purpose for your life. If you'd like to learn more about this, we invite you to join us at 8 a.m. or at 10:30 on Sunday mornings at 225 North Memorial Street in Pittsfield or online at fccpittsfield.org, our Facebook page, or our YouTube channel. First Christian Church of Pittsfield, Illinois, a safe place to learn and grow.
We're back with the Glenn C. Smith Field, 8:06 to play in the half. It's a 13-6 advantage for the Sakis on top of Porta as Porta cuts it closer with a touchdown of their own on the 15-yard run by Knapp. Here's an onside kick attempt by the Blue Jays, and they're going to recover the football. It hit the Sockies up man, and then the Blue Jays had a couple of men on it, and recovering the kick there is Clayton Miller. Miller recovers it, and the Blue Jays will take right back over at their own 46.
Once you see that different formation break down, those guys in that second row have got to move up, and everybody kind of just held their ground.
But it hit a guy in the front line there and just bounced off of him.
Well, it was a completely different kicker, too. Paige Klauser was actually the kicker that time. We had not seen Paige yet in the contest as Williams had kicked off to start the game.
So Porta's got it on their own 46, 1st and 10 at the 8:02 mark of the first half. 13-6 Sockies on the Trash Queen scoreboard, but Porta knocking on the door again.
Yeah, the Sockies had the early momentum. It possibly has shifted the other direction now. Single receiver wide to the right as Logston's in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion. Now the motion back toward the near side, and here's a handoff in the backfield that's going to be taken down quickly. LaRakers is taken down by Story back near the 41-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 15.
I don't know how he kept a hold of the ball, quite honestly, because him and the quarterback were hit at about the same time.
Story almost took the ball from him on the handoff there.
He'd have went for 6 if he'd have got it there.
7:35 and counting in the second quarter. 2nd and long here for the Blue Jays.
Watch that over pursuit now so you don't get caught on a trap play.
Yeah, I think a play action pass here. Porter could have some success too. Double wing formation. Under center is Logston. Going to fake the handoff. He keeps it himself on the keeper up the middle. Going to get a short gain out to the 41-yard line. Give him a gain of a single yard on the play. And it brings up a 3rd down. And a long 14, short 15. Either way, it's a 3rd and long. 7:07 and counting to the second. Moose Lodge 420. Hey, check out the Friday meals at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. New specials each week. The food's hot, the drinks are cold at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield.
Watch that hot pass behind the linebackers they were able to complete in the first quarter, because that's something they'd want to try right now.
Yeah, you got to identify where LaRakers is on the field right now if you're the Sockies. Knapp goes in motion. This man was too early, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty on Porta. And make a 3rd and 15 now, a 3rd and 20 from the 36.
He was early enough that he was probably 5 yards down the field before the ball was snapped.
Now 5 penalties for 35 yards against Porta.
6:45 to play in the second.
Pittsfield's got to take advantage of that, these mistakes.
Sockies do have 2 takeaways in the contest, a fumble recovery and an interception by Gage Gratton.
If I'm Porta here, I wouldn't be afraid of a quick kick. They're not going to do that, but just to get that field position back where they can manage it.
Yeah, and you might just keep it on the ground, a simple run possibly by Stroop. Under center is Logston. He's going to be back to pass, looking for time, throws it downfield. The Sockies man comes back to play the ball, and a nice job of the defensive effort by Ian Damon that time. And it's an incomplete pass, brings up a 4th and long.
That's a nice job by Damon, because if he catches that ball behind him, it's 6 points.
6:39 to play in the second. 13-6 the advantage for the Sockies on the Trash Queen scoreboard. 3-2-0-43-20 for Trash Queen, serving the entire area.
Greenfield over Carrollton, 6-0. 9 minutes left in the quarter.
Timeout on the field. We'll take it too. 6:39 to play in the second. 13-6. The Sockies have the advantage. Back with you following this.
I'm Gary Mendenhall. I am running for mayor because I believe in the future of Pittsfield and its citizens. We have the potential to thrive economically and safely in a state where the outlook appears tough. Let's prosper and grow as a community through job creation, tourism, and recreation. We are neighbors and friends who care, love, support, and stand up together.
On April 6th, vote Gary Mendenhall for mayor of Pittsfield.
Midwest Snowing, your locally owned shaved ice business, is looking forward to seeing all of our loyal customers this summer. Come try one or all of our over 30 flavors, including sugar-free and the Snowy Natural line, which has no artificial dyes or flavoring. Check out our Facebook and Instagram pages to see our schedule. If you want to see us at your event, message us on Facebook or contact us at 217-730-8886. When the weather gets hot, come see us at Midwest Snowy, the cool part of summer.
6:39 to play in the half. 13-6 the advantage for the Sockies, and it'll be a 4th and very long for Porta, and the Sockies called the timeout there. What do you think they're talking about?
Well, what they're talking about there is we want as much clock left as we can when we get the ball.
On an incomplete pass? I think the clock was stopped.
On the punt.
Oh, okay. Logston puts his foot into this one. It's an end-over-end kick, and the Sakis Farrago will come up and take it on the run at the 40, and he'll be taken down right near the 42-yard line. So a short return out to his own 42 with 6:31 to play in the half.
He picks it up late, and he's not afraid of it. As long as you take care of the ball, that's fine.
LSSG Trucking and 3D Leasing for all of your trucking and hauling needs. See the Dunham boys and their professional team. Call 285-2808. So a fresh set of downs for Pittsfield, leading 13-6. And looking to build on that advantage here before the half. The single receiver is out wide to the left, two receivers to the right-hand side. McAllister stands in the shotgun with a single back. I believe that's Grattan to his left. Grattan will get the handoff, turn it upfield. He's going to be taken down near the line of scrimmage. Nothing gained, nothing lost, and it's a 2nd and 10. So not much running room along the right-hand side that time for the Sakis. With the wind in their face, though, you'll probably see the ball on the ground a little bit more.
I think that they've got it wide open for a counter play right now. If they had somebody like a wide receiver coming back around the other side, fake the ball to Grattan, and then come back off on the opposite tackle.
Single receiver out wide right is Stout. Two receivers to the left in Petty and Farrago. McAllister stands about 7 yards deep in the backfield. Bart's out the signals, takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, going to pass it off now to Grattan in the flats. He stiff arms a man, trying to turn it upfield. He does for a gain, out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. That was actually Clemens on the catch, excuse me. Joel Clemens with a catch and run out to the 47, a gain of 5 on the play, and brings up a 3rd and 5.
17 yards on 3 completions, one of those a -5 yards, and an 2 incomplete passes for McAllister so far tonight.
Clock ticking down with 5:15 to play in the second. 13-6, Sakis have the advantage into 3rd and 5 near midfield as they're at their own 47. McAllister puts a man in motion. They draw a man off sides. Now he gets time to get back, however.
You don't have time to get back in high school.
No, I think once he's offsides, he's offsides.
Yep.
And they
Why he didn't do that ahead of time?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a late flag, and this is going to move the ball out near the first down marker.
It's going to be very close.
I think they'll have the first down.
Once you're in the neutral zone, you're in the neutral zone.
This is not a pro game. You can't pop back and forth.
That's first down.
It's going to be very close. It depends on where the set is here, and I think the referees will look at one another and say first down. It is. And so they'll be at the PORTA 48-yard line.
6th penalty of the game against PORTA now.
Yeah, and that's really hurt them a number of times, including there at the fresh set of downs with 5:02 to play in the second. Two receivers wide left. Petty is the man split to the left-hand side near the sideline. McAllister's in the gun, turns and hands the ball up. That's to Grattan, breaks one tackle, but only gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 48.
I think Grattan's got to run the ball a little bit straighter.
Yeah, at least for the first couple of yards until you get to the line. Then you can look for a cutback kind of lane, but you got to get to that line of scrimmage to get positive yardage.
Hit it hard, and when you get 5 yards deep, you can look at breaking outside.
Yeah, and if you're a kid who's as big as Grattan is, that head of steam you get, you should be looking for somebody to run over in a straight line.
He's going to hurt somebody if he hits a linebacker right there.
Just over 4:20 to play in the second. Two men wide right, a single receiver again is Petty to the left. McAllister takes the snap, looks for the handoff. That's to Story. It's way deep, and he's taken down quickly. A lot of penetration early in the offensive backfield. Down to the Saki 48-yard line, a loss of 4, and it brings up a 3rd down and 14.
So with that over pursuit, what are you looking at right here? Screen pass right over the top where those linebackers are coming from.
Let's see what happens. Just under 4 minutes to play in the second. Ball is right at midfield. If you could pick up, 7 or 8 yards, you might go for it. Got to get a little more time, though, for McAllister. Long snap count. He takes a snap. Back the pass. Has pressure. Steps into the throw. It's a screen pass. Good call. They have it to Grattan. He spins his way down to the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 10 on the play. And it brings up a 4th down and about 5 yards to go. What do you think, Jack?
I think you could basically do the very same thing again.
What on a hard snap count here? 3:10 and counting to play in the second. You've drawn them off sides one time already. Pittsfield may take a timeout here. I think they are. They're going to run the clock down with 3 minutes to play in the second. They've already taken one timeout in this half, so this will leave them with a one timeout, and PORTA actually is going to call the timeout. 2:55 to play in the second. The Blue Jays called for the timeout. 13-6, Saki's on top. Back with you after this.
I'm Trevor Zumwalt, your candidate for Pittsfield Ward 2 City Alderman. As a representative, I will be dedicated to the Pittsfield community and the ward. I'm a lifelong resident of Ward 2. I currently serve as an officer on the Pittsfield Fire Department. I've volunteered with the Little League, Soccer Youth Football, as well as the high school football program. I will work hard for you in the city of Pittsfield. I'm proud of the history here, and I want to build a stronger community for our future. Please vote for Trevor Zumwalt, Ward 2, for City Council, April 6th.
2:55 to play in the second. 13-6 the advantage for the Sakis. We could hear Paul Petty audibly here from the sideline yell punt. And probably the right decision here with a lead with 2:55 to play in the half. Tim Waters and Waters Concrete. They offer quality concrete for your new build, driveways, sidewalks, decorative patios, anything with concrete. Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. Call 309-252-1052.
Got to have a good hike from center. Remember the last time it was a bit of a problem.
Yeah, that set up PORTA for the touchdown score. PORTA called the timeout. They let about 10 or 15 seconds run out the clock before calling the timeout.
That's why we thought it was Pittsfield letting the clock run down.
So Petty will stand back at his own 45-yard line to punt this one away.
If you hiked it to the short man and he went to the right now, you'd have one man to beat.
LaRakers will be back deep for the Blue Jays. Ought to have a good snap, as you said. Long snap count. Now they do snap it. Petty will put his foot into this one. A high kick, not extremely deep. LaRakers will come up and take it to the 19-yard line. He slips and falls. He's down right there. He can't get up at the 22-yard line. That's where PORTA will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22. So the Sakis net about 21 yards on the punt.
Nothing wrong with what he did there. Gave these guys time to get down there on coverage. LaRakers actually had a wide side he could have went to, but he lost that footing on about the 20, and that rain from last week paid off that time for the Sakis.
2:46 to play in the half, 13-6 Pittsfield advantage. PORTA with the ball. They'll also get the ball to start the second half, so if you're Pittsfield, you do everything you can to keep them out of the end zone right here.
Field looks pretty good for this time of year, doesn't it?
Yeah, you could really tear things up this time of year with as wet as it could be, but it's fairly dry this week. A man wide to the left-hand side. He's about halfway to Nebo. Logston is under center. Puts a man in motion. And that is LaRakers. He's got some running room. Cuts to the outside. Has the first down and more. Cuts it back. Taken down. Finally across the 42. The 41-yard line. That's a gain of 19 yards on the play by LaRakers. And a 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays in a hurry with 2:39 to play in the half.
5th first down of the ball game for PORTA. Pittsfield just with 3.
Back to the line quickly for the Blue Jays as they set the ball, call the clock live. Logston's under center in the double wing. Puts a man in motion, and Pratt going to pitch it to him along the right-hand side now. Looks for the lane. Going to be taken down out near the 45-yard line. Corgid in on the stop that time at the 45, a gain of 4. Brings up a 2nd down and 6.
Was that Knapp?
That was.
He was almost running so casually, it was like the Sakis weren't sure that he had the ball.
I wasn't sure he had the ball.
2nd and 6. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock with 2:07 to play in the half. Logston again under center, puts LaRakers in motion. Fakes to the fullback. A pitch over the top of the defensive man who had gotten sucked in from the outside that time. LaRakers turns it up close to a 1st down. He's across the 50, very near the 49-yard line. The referee on the far side says it's 3rd and a foot. So he gains 5 on the play and gets to the Saki 49. And it's close enough here. We're looking right at it from our perspective. They were not going to measure. The sideline is asking, why don't you measure? And the referee says, well, I don't need to. I'm looking right at it. Here's the chain. Here's the ball. And it's not a 1st down yet.
Pittsfield's got to be careful not to get sucked in and try to play too close to the line.
At that time, the defensive man actually got the ball thrown right over the top of his head. As you talked about earlier, put your hands up.
Dangerous.
Single receiver wide to either side with 1:20 and counting in the second. They'll keep it on the quarterback. A run up the middle, and then PORTA will call the timeout, so they get the 1st down to the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play, and it'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 47, and a timeout by the Blue Jays. 1:17 to play in the half, 13-6. Sockies have the advantage. Back after this.
Searching for some meaning in life? Are you searching for a loving place to be accepted? If so, we would love for you to join us to take the...
Porta didn't call a timeout, so we'll hit you with a commercial break in a moment. Under center is Logston. He's back to pass. Rolling to his left. Going to try to step up now toward the sideline. Tiptoeing along the sideline. Goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A gain of about 6 yards on the play. They're going to call him out closer to the 42, a 6-yard gain. Clock stops, though, with 56.1 seconds to play in the half. Did it not look like they called a timeout a moment
It did.
ago?
I thought they had, but then they didn't go back. They went into the huddle instead. So
Logston's carried the ball 10 times for 49 yards. That's unusual for a quarterback to keep it that many times in a wing T offense.
Clock stopped as he went out of bounds with 56.1 seconds to play in the second. Two receivers wide right, a single man to the left. Logston's under center. He's back to pass. The left-hander throws downfield. Actually had two men open, misses them both. It's an incomplete pass. Petty in on the breakup for the Sockies with 52 seconds to play in the half. It's a 3rd and 5.
They got a long way to go in 52 seconds, but it makes so much importance that you make a good tackle each time now, even with a gain. They've only got one timeout left, right? Nope. No, they got two because they didn't call that.
Right.
Yeah.
3rd down and 5.
Yeah.
Their time management's been a little off tonight.
Christensen is wide out to the right-hand side. Everybody else is within the line of scrimmage here in the double wing set. The quarterback, Logston, barks out the instructions to the line.
Ooh, right man moved.
Takes the snap, going to fake the pitch. He's back to pass, looking for a man on the left side. Has his man in Stroop out of the backfield. Taken down near the 31-yard line, a gain of 11. And it'll be a fresh set of downs and no timeout having to be taken as he scampered out of bounds with 46 seconds to play in the half.
7th first down for Porta now. They trail 13-6 with 46 seconds left.
I have a glare out the window. I couldn't
problem.
see it. 46 seconds to play in the second.
I thought it went blind.
Never mute, though. Left-hand side is a receiver.
Nor you.
Now they put a tight end Christensen on the right-hand side. They're going to run something this way. They put LeRakers in motion. Back to pass. The left-handed quarterback hits his man, drops the ball. That was a lefty rolling to his right that time, but a pretty well-placed ball by the intended receiver.
Just dropped it.
Could not bring it in.
Yeah, it was thrown behind him a little bit, so he had to reach back. But if he'd have caught that ball on the move, he'd have been in business.
Now the Sockies do call a timeout. They'll run to the sideline, so we'll officially take it as well. 40 seconds to play in the half. 13-6 Sockies on top. Porta on the move when we come back.
Are you searching for some meaning in life? Are you searching for a loving place to be accepted? If so, we would love for you to join us to take the next step in your life's journey together with us at Pittsfield Church of the Nazarene. Here at PCN, we're a group of real people looking to build real relationships as we journey together to experience real encounters with God. Join us online or in person at 227 West Washington in Pittsfield, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., online on our Facebook page or YouTube channel.
40 seconds exactly to play in the second quarter. It's a 13-6 Socky advantage on top of the Porta Blue Jays. Blue Jays have the ball 2nd down and 10 from the Socky 31-yard line.
Sockies need to get a little bit more pressure on that quarterback. He's back there with all kinds of time.
That is Logston, and he'll set up under center. Double wing, a single receiver wide to either side. They put a man in motion and Knapp. They fake the handoff. The quarterback going to run the keeper along the left-hand side. He just goes out of bounds. You're going to lose 2 yards on the play, but only take 5.4 seconds off the clock. So a 2-yard loss.
I'm not sure how he could have possibly gained yardage there.
He didn't.
No, I mean, like, on any possibility of that play.
Well, if there wasn't anybody out there in that naked bootleg, he was turning upfield, but there was somebody there, so he got out of bounds and killed the clock. That was what his intent was, but...
3rd and a long 11, short 12. The referee on the far side and the coach now having some discussion. I mean, they've talked a lot tonight on that far side.
Yeah, one of them's got a little yellow thing in his pocket if the other one's not careful.
2 receivers wide to either side. Logston's under center. You'd expect him to go back to pass. Puts a man in motion left to right. He is back to pass. Play action. Throws over the top of the defense. Man, he took another shot by Duncan. I think that time actually hit him, and it's 4th and 11. He was looking for the man who went in motion in Knapp. But he had all kinds of pressure right at his doorstep that time. It's 4th and 11 with 30.6 seconds to play in the half. And one more stop for the Sockies. A kneel down and they could go to halftime.
That is important, though. You cannot let down with 30 seconds left. You want that momentum going in the locker room.
No, because close only counts in 2 things. And football's not one of them. 2 receivers wide to the left-hand side. Logston's under center. Look for the Rakers here, right? They fake it to him now. He's got some pressure. Steps up in the pocket, throws downfield. It is incomplete. With 25.6 seconds, it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Sockies will take over and can kneel this one out. 25.6 seconds to play in the half. Stay tuned for the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. We'll take a look at the scoring drives from the first half and individual and team statistics and more. PORTA does have 1 timeout left in their pocket, but I wouldn't expect them to take it here, and I would expect Pittsfield to simply kneel out the half here.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything silly and give.
I think you could give the ball to Grattan and just let him run the ball up the middle in case he'd happen to get loose.
I'd bet you $100 they don't do that because Grattan's on the sideline right now walking toward the locker room.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have a quarterback in the pistol formation if I'm going to kneel.
Well, it doesn't look like it, does it, Jack? They put a man in motion. It's a bad snap. He'll dive on it, and it's just as good of a kneel. You just lost more yardage. No reason to do anything, but PORTA now will call a timeout, and it's not over yet. They call a timeout with 18 seconds to play in the half. And we'll keep it right here. And
how much did McAllister lose?
Well, quite a bit. He was at the 32, and now he's back near the 24-yard line.
It's like about 8 then.
Called an 8-yard loss. That's a second and
You can shut
18.
it off. I thought we were – sorry about that, girls. I thought he was done with the half, but he wasn't. Thank you. At the half, I'll turn it back on.
18 seconds to play in the half. Hey, we remind you about Graham Angus Farm. Give Danny a call for your purebred Angus cattle needs. Bulls and heifers currently for sale at Graham Angus Farm in Milton, Illinois. Call or text Danny Graham, 217-723-4116. So PORTA now is out of timeouts. So if you're the Sockies, why don't you have McAllister line up under center, take a snap and take a knee and run this clock out with a lead at the half?
I really don't see the purpose in that timeout at all.
Well, if you get another bad snap, you might recover it.
Yeah, but, you know.
That would be the only purpose, and the Sockies are still in the shotgun.
Very confusing.
Grattan is back there as the single back in the backfield. 2 receivers wide left, a single man to the right-hand side. Got to get a good snap here. He does get the snap, hands it off to Grattan right up the middle. He's going to break a tackle, get out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play as they gain back the 8 that they lost. And that'll be the end of the first half. And we take you to the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. It's the Pittsfield Sockies 13, the PORTA Blue Jays 6. Halftime stats and analysis your way after this.
Say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to U.S. Cellular, you can get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G has launched and you can get it for free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store or uscellular.com for details.
Carnes Communications, your local U.S. Cellular agent on the corner of Jackson and Washington Street in Pittsfield. Call 285-5400 for Carnes Communication.
It's time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Bob Ray, Jesse Shootman, Triope and Kansas State grad Emily Carls, Nathan and new all-star accountant Madeline Heyer. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Don Kirk or Sheila Davidsmeyer today at 217-285-4014. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Welcome back on the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular Halftime Show. It's a 13-6 advantage here at the halftime break for the Pittsfield Sockies on top of the PORTA Blue Jays as you watch high school football action tonight on Central Illinois Sports from Glenn C. Smith Field. Well, how did we get to this 13-6 score? The Sockies started the scoring early with 11:47 to play in the first. Ballinger took a 76-yard kickoff return to the house. The cook by Petty was good and made it 7-0 Pittsfield. Then at the 4:14 mark of the first quarter, Gage Grattan ran the ball in from 23 yards out. The kick was no good by Petty, and it made it 13-0. PORTA got their only score of the game with 8:08 to play in the second. Knapp had the 15-yard run. The kick was blocked, and that's how we arrived at this 13-6 halftime score. Halftime stats are brought to you this evening in part by Dot Foods. And I don't know if you've heard, but our friends at Dot Foods, they have some great career opportunities right now. They're looking for more than 100 people for positions in their warehouse in Mount Sterling. And if you want to talk about a great team, the Dot team is it. The company has been part of the community for over 60 years. They just did a pay increase, so you can start in the warehouse earning up to $22.35 an hour. And on top of that, they have great benefits, paid vacation, profit sharing, 401k match, and much, much more. Check them out at Dot Foods Careers/Warehouse. We'll take a look at the rest of your halftime stats on the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular Halftime Show. 13-6, Sockies on top of PORTA. Back after this.
Western Illinois Fellowship of Christian Athletes offers support to our coaches, teachers, and athletes. Our mission is to help each grow in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Western Illinois FCA invites you to go to westernilfca.org to find out more or to join us as a financial partner. Look for some great events coming up. In May, banquets in Jacksonville and Quincy, and the $1 Million Golf Shot too. Western Illinois FCA, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852. It's time for you to find out the difference that thousands have found with Westtown Ford in Jacksonville. If you're looking for a new Ford, Lincoln, or maybe a used car, truck, or SUV, why don't you take the short drive to Jacksonville, Illinois, Westtown Ford. They have the best sales and service in the area, and what a selection, thousands to choose from. It's Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, 30 minutes from high prices. Phone 217-245-7101 or go to westtownford.com. With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, you can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's the new beginning. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street, Quincy. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investments, member SIPC.
It was 13-0 after one quarter, 13-6 here at halftime. Pittsfield with the lead on the Trice Queen scoreboard here on the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular Halftime Show. Your local U.S. Cellular location in Pittsfield has the phones and accessories with personalized service Stop by the corner of Washington and Jackson in Pittsfield or call 217-285-5400 for Carnes Communications. Well, honestly, if you look at the stats, PORTA ought to be leading in this game, but that opening kickoff run by Marco Ballinger for 76 yards is the difference maker in this game. In the first half, PORTA had 7 first downs, 5 of them via the run and 2 by the pass. They rushed for 106 yards and passed for 30 yards, 2 of 8 passing with 1 interception. The Sockies with just 18 positive yards rushing and 27 yards passing, 4 of 6 from the passing side for McAllister on the night. And in the first half, we see leading and rushing for PORTA is Nate Logston, their quarterback. He's run the ball 11 times for 47 yards, 41 yards for LaRakers on 6 carries, 7 yards for Hunter Stroop on 5 carries, and 11 yards on 3 carries for Dalton Knapp. The receivers on the night, Hunter Stroop with an 11-yard catch and a 23-yard pass catch by Declan LaRakers. Those are the 2 completed passes. Grattan had the interception on the night, and I believe Story was the one that had the fumble recovery, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
On the Pittsfield side, on the running side, Gage Grattan has carried the ball 4 times for 32 yards, 8 yards a carry, minus 8 yards for Weston McAllister, minus 6 yards for Colton Story. In the receptions, once again, McAllister is 4 of 6 for 27 yards. He's got 16 yards for Mason Farrago, a minus 5 for Ethan Palmer, 6 yards for Joel Clements, and 10 yards for Gage Grattan on the evening. Those are the positive yards there. The Sockies lead it by a 13-6 count here at halftime on the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. We'll take a break. More comes your way from Glen C. Smithfield and Central Illinois Sports.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon guys to get it right the first time. No job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, we couldn't resist. Call Braden today at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
You can plan for most things in your life, but being sick isn't one of them. That's why Illini Express has expanded hours so your family can get the care you require. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Illini Express can see patients 18 months and older, no appointment necessary. When you can't wait to feel better, Illini Express is here for you. Located on the square in Pittsfield. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org.
When you hear Pike County Glass, what do you think of? Is it storm window and screen repair? Commercial doors, windows, and storefronts? Maybe it's auto glass repair, including windshields, rock chip repair, side glass, and back glass. Or it could be screen and porches, glass showers and doors, and, well, you get the point. Glass is in their name, and glass is what they do. Pike County Glass, serving the entire area with high-quality craftsmanship, products, and customer service that's second to none. You'll find Pike County Glass at 1071 West Washington Street in Pittsfield, or call them at 217-285-4275.
Hometown Real Estate offers residential buying and selling specialists as well as land specialists across the Midwest. Call our office at 217-285-4502 or call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. Speak to any of the hometown brokers for residential and commercial properties. Kate hopes you are enjoying the broadcast of our local teams enjoying their sports. Give Kate Marable a call at 217-370-9809. Hometown Real Estate for you.
Welcome back on the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. For all of your U.S. Cellular phone needs and great service after the sale, it's Carnes Communications, your local U.S. Cellular agent at the corner of Jackson and Washington Street in Pittsfield. Stop by and see them or call 285-5400. A 13-6 advantage for the Pittsfield Sockies on top of the PORTA Blue Jays here at halftime at Glen C. Smithfield. Jack, you've got to look at some other scores from around the area.
Well, first in the WIBC, Brown County is playing at Route tonight. Well, it's got to be at Brown County because Route doesn't have lights, so we know where that's at. 28-6 Brown County as they're playing in the second quarter. Carrollton and Greenfield Northwestern in a dogfight there. It's 6-6 with 3:58 left in the first quarter. Actually, at the end of the first quarter, they were knotted at 6. Pleasant Hill and Calhoun. Calhoun up 21-0 at halftime there. And it's West Central over North Green, 55-0 at halftime in action there. Jacksonville, Charlie tells us, is leading Lanphier at halftime, 21-0. Rushville over A-Town, that's Abington,
Avon,
22-0 at halftime. And those are some of the other scores on the Trash Queen scoreboard.
And one more for you as well. Quincy High School trails Sterling 21-7. Near the half, 42 seconds to play before the half there. Dunlap was beating Metamora 21-14 in a battle there. That game's actually already in the fourth as they got a little bit of an early start. Here it's a 13-6 advantage for the Sockies. They scored all 13 points in the first quarter. PORTA scored their one touchdown of the game following a botched snap on the punt for the Sockies. So really, Pittsfield with the kickoff return, then they took advantage of a PORTA turnover. PORTA then returns the favor of a Socky mistake, taking advantage of that. You take out a couple of those games, Jack, and this a couple of those plays, this game very well could still be 7-0 after the kickoff.
Well, and the key right now, I think, as you look at the second half, is you've got to figure out a way to slow Logston down at quarterback with 47 yards on 11 carries, and then Lakers started breaking open, 6 carries and 41 yards. But they've got 7 first downs. The Sockies just with 3. Porta's going to get the ball to start the second half. And it's going to be important for the Sockies to maintain good field position so they can keep the ball in the middle of the field and maybe punch in another touchdown and take a little bit bigger lead.
It's the Carnes Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show, 13-6. Sockies on top of PORTA. Back after this time out on Central Illinois Sports.
Sharing a big family moment. Working hard from home. Relaxing with a friend. Welcome to life in the broadband age, where reliable internet has never been more important. Cascom keeps your family connected with consistent speeds up to 1 gig and Plume whole home adaptive Wi-Fi.
Since 1962, Logan Ag has provided customers with quality products, competitive prices, and...
But what about the new locations, Grampy? What new location?
Well, boys, Logan Ag now has locations in Winchester, Illinois, and in LaBelle, Missouri.
So now there are 4? I'll be 4 this year.
Logan Ag, serving customers in Griggsville and Winchester, Illinois, Paris, and LaBelle, Missouri.
Our vision for agriculture is 2020.
No matter who wins today, you can be on the winning team. Discover a job where your pay, job security, and safety are our top priorities. At DOT, our material handlers and drivers earn some of the best money in the market. Plus, we top that off with goal-based pay opportunities, profit sharing, vacation time, 401k matching, and more. Make your fantasy team a reality. Join DOT today.
As things start to get back to normal, Midwest Snowy would like to take this opportunity to thank our loyal customers for all of your support during these challenging times. As Snowy season approaches, we look forward to seeing you at our new Midwest Snowy mobile concession stand. To find out where you can create your own Snowy, please check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Midwest Snowy to stay updated on our schedule. With over 30 delicious flavors, including sugar-free and the Snowy Naturals line, which has no artificial dyes or flavoring, the combinations are endless. If you have an event, fundraiser, or private party you want us to join, message us on Facebook or contact us at 217-730-8886. That's 217-730-8886. When the weather gets hot, come see us at Midwest Snowy, the cool part of summer.
Welcome back to the Kearns Communication U.S. Cellular halftime show. It's a 13-6 advantage for the Sockies on top of PORTA. Both teams finishing up some stretching here on a cool night. You want to make sure you get stretched out before you start the second half for sure. Keep those hamstrings and quads all nice and loose. Porta will get the ball to start the second half of play. And it'll be big for the Saukey defense to hold up their strong effort, really outside of, outside of a
thought I'd offer, Tom.
Bad snap and a short field for Porta. The defense has played fairly well.
Yep, got to do a little bit better tackling on both sides. But, Pittsfield's had some good open field tackles a couple of times, but they really need to establish their defense on this series.
Hey, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Trash Queen. They're serving Pike, Adams, Scott, and Morgan counties with residential, commercial, and roll-off services. They offer 10-yard, 15-yard, and 20-yard roll-off containers. Call Trash Queen 217-320-4320. You
can tell we've been doing a lot of basketball, Charlie. Usually in an hour and 20 minutes, we're out of here. Hour and 20 minutes after kickoff, we're just getting ready for the second half in football.
And
it's spring.
Yeah, it is. Very odd.
Unless you're a college team.
There are some colleges playing an actual season right now. I think WIU's conference is actually playing right now.
Division II and Division III schools are all playing. Quincy University is.
Also, the Ivy League is playing now as they cancel their season early on.
I think Missouri Western and those teams over in that area, NAIAs.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure on that.
You let me put that back down. Pick your arm up. Now put it down.
Put
your left hand down. You put your right hand up. Hey, the onside kick by Porta caught the Saukeys by surprise. If you're Pittsfield, do you try something similar to start the half?
Not when I'm only up by 7, I don't. I'm going to pin them deep if I can. But which way are we kicking the ball? We're kicking the ball from the west into the east, into the wind. And so, you don't have to kick an onside kick. You could kick one, but kind of one of those in-betweeners.
Yep.
Kick it over the first line and see if you can grab it.
Get a couple of those flyers out there to go get the ball. One of them blocked the guy away, and the other one grabbed the ball and head for 6. Just like you drew it up on the chalkboard at halftime. If you're Porter, you would have had to bring that chalkboard with you because I think they maybe got the old bus garage. Is that what they got to go into?
The half that didn't burn down, yeah.
Yeah.
13-6 advantage for the Saukeys.
Thank you, Pittsfield Fire Department.
Thank goodness there was that much left for them, right?
Petty is in to kick off. LaRakers is the single man back deep. Porta's got everybody up. They're like expecting an onside
I'm
kick.
kicking the ball long now away from him and going and getting it.
Petty's got his hand in the air, waits for the official's whistle. He gets that as well, and he will kick this one off. It's a high kick. LaRakers will settle under it and take it at about the 15-yard line across the 20. Gets a block of at 25. There's a penalty flag that flies in. He's taken down up near the 36-yard line, but I think there's a flag all the way back at the 25-yard line. And it's a block in the back.
That'll go back, 15 yards?
10. 10 from the 25.
Well, I thought holding was the only thing that was a 10-yard penalty. I think you're going to see that ball go back closer to the 15-yard line. Or the 10, I mean.
If you're inside the 30, is it half the distance?
I think it's inside the 20.
NFL, it's half the distance from the 30.
Yeah, but when you kick the ball in the end zone, they get the ball like on the 25 or 30 anyway.
Not in the NFL, are we?
You're right. Look at there, 15-yard line.
Who said that?
You.
I thought it was. Hey, it's 1st and 10 from their own 15. You know what? Let's turn that light back on. It's easy to see.
Thank you.
On this end?
Yeah, without the window. Oops, sorry. Here, let me sign your head.
I don't know if I have concussion protocol or not, but I just got hit upside the head.
That hasn't hurt you to this point. Logston and company come out with a pair of receivers wide to either side, a single back Stroop behind him in the backfield. Haven't seen this set much. He's under center, takes a snap, hands it off to the fullback Stroop. They're going to try to bully his way up, and he has it across the 15 to the 16-yard line, gain of a yard, and brings up a 2nd and 9 from the 16.
6 carries for 8 yards for Stroop now. And that one didn't really go anyplace. John and I will be at Camp Point Central tomorrow. Pregame at 12:30. A game at 1 o'clock between Triopia and Camp Point Central, who's 2-0 on the season. Look forward to that. Hope you'll join us on Central Illinois Sports. Hey, hit that subscribe button for us, too, if you would, please, if you have not been a subscriber yet to Central Illinois Sports.
If you have been and you hit it again, then it unsubscribes you, so don't do that.
Logston's under center again. 2 receivers wide to the right, a single man left. Put LaRakers in motion. They'll pitch it to him along the left side. He cuts it up. The Saukeys hit him, but he still keeps his leg moving. Takes it out near the 20-yard line, a gain of 4. And this will bring up a 3rd down And about 5. Long 4, short 5. Either way, it's an opportunity for the Sockies to get a stop. Porta's looking for a fresh set of downs.
I don't think Porta's going to be afraid to pass the ball right here, though.
Wind at their back.
You bet.
10:33 and counting in the third. Single receiver is wide to the left, and he's way out there. Double wing formation. They're going to keep the ball on the ground right here. Logston puts LeRakers in motion, going to hand it off to the first back. That's Stroop along the left side. He's spun forward, has the first down, as he's taken down across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Brought down by Howland.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 after the 5-yard gain.
8th first down of the ball game for Porta. 6 of those have been on the ground.
So 1st and 10, the ball has the nose resting at the 25-yard line. 1st down, 10 yards to go for the Blue Jays. Looking for a good long sustained drive here, it appears. 2 men out wide to the right-hand side in Knapp and Christensen. Single receiver to the left. And Logston sets up under center. Calls the line set. Takes the snap. Keeps it himself along the left-hand side. He's going to have a 1st down and more. Look at that. Farragut's going to take him down finally out near the 40-yard line. And Porta recognized something on the defensive side that time where he just took it and ran in a hurry for 15 yards and a 1st and 10 from the 40.
Yeah, linebacker and the defensive end and both sucked up to the line, and we're getting that 2 yards into the offensive backfield, and he just was able to get the momentum.
So Porta on a roll at their own 40-yard line now with 9:45 and counting in the third. 1st down, 10 yards to go. It's the exact same set as they ran a moment ago. I think they'll go to the air here. What do you think? Under center is Logston. 2 receivers to the right. He is going to pitch it now out to the outside to Stroop. He makes a man miss in the backfield. Turn back inside, though. And Smith and Stout in on the stop to the 40. No gain, no loss. 2nd and 10.
Actually, Farragut's a man that kind of got everything going, and the other guys were able to fill.
Man is down.
Yeah, there is an injured player on the field. Looks like possibly just cramping up, kind of, as now his teammates will help him
Bobby
out.
Stout's coming out shaking a hand, too. His left hand.
That is Knapp who was down. What a jam to finger did Stout. They'll have the trainer take a look at him. It's 2nd and 10, and Knapp's going to go to the sideline now, and he's a little slow to kind of hobble that direction.
Was it Stout that made that hit?
It was. He made the final tackle. So he's out. That puts Elliott in, it looks like, on that side now. 8:27 and counting in the third. Double wing formation with a man wide left. Logston's under center. Puts LeRakers in motion. Going to pitch it to him. Actually, this is Service with his first carry. Gatlin's Service. And no Service this time as he's taken down at the 38-yard line. A loss of 2, and it's 3rd and 12.
Out of Service is Service that time as he got hit in the backfield. Makes for a long 3rd down yardage here.
Did a good job of containing that time and just kept stringing him out.
Well, they ran right to the spot where Stout would have been when he came out. A nice job by Elliott to keep contained on that side of the field.
Greenfield and Carrollton are tied at 6, and you know you got a new football listener. They said they're tied at 1.
All right. 2 men wide either side. Logston steps back from the center, wipes his hands on the towel, now takes the snap. He's back to pass, has pressure in his face, throws in the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. That ball came in and out. How do they not hit him in the backfield, though? They had men all around him. Hit the guy in the white jersey. It's an incomplete pass, and it's 4th down and 12, but a punting situation here.
Just 2 of 9 is Logston on the night passing, but rushing, he's got 62 yards in 12 carries. It's 5 yards a carry.
And there's some confusion now for the Sockies on the punt return side. That a man come on late. It's a good snap. Logston will put his foot into this one. It's going to be taken by Farragut. He's going to get his clock cleaned.
Wow.
I mean, he got flat, lit up that time by Jordan McNulty. He's going to be taken out right at the 31-yard line. And that's where the Sockies will take over 1st and 10.
When I saw that Porta had a McNulty, all I could think about was McNulty making that long interception and running for a touchdown at PORTA for Pittsfield quite a few years ago. And that was Jake, I do believe.
It was. They're taking a look at Farrago on the line, and
he caught the ball and just McNulty was on top of him away.
He's been catching it late. He might want to back away from a few of those.
He took a shot that time. 7:17 to play in the third. His squad, the Sakis, leading 13-6. McAllister stands in the shotgun. Two receivers to the left, a single man to the right. Going to hand it off to the back in Grattan. Makes a man miss the line, looking to turn upfield. Another stiff arm. Turns it up at the 40, 45, 50-yard line. But a penalty flag down back near the 35. And I think this one's going to come back.
Yeah. That's a much better run by Grattan, though. He really did a nice job with the stiff arm and went looking for people. And I kind of thought he'd do a little head hunting there and just run over the top of somebody.
Holding is the call at the 35, so that'll move the ball back to the 25. And it'll be a 1st and 16.
First penalty against the Sakis of the night comes at the 7:08 mark of the third quarter.
Well, and it was right at a spot that looked like it was probably pretty pivotal to help break that play out. Illini Express, they're here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. They see patients ages 18 months and older with no appointment necessary. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org. 1st and 16 for the Sakis now from their own 20-yard line. McAllister takes the snap, hands it off to Story. He's not going to have much to run on the right-hand side this time. He's going to be taken down near the 24-yard line. I have on the board that it was at the 20, but the ball was at the 24. No gain, no loss. 2nd and 16.
Something I just recognized there, though, was J.J. Petty's on the left-hand side here. He's got one man on him. I think he runs a little curl and then just runs that fly pattern. He'd be wide open down the field. Only got one guy holding him, and that man, number 10 in Christensen's, holding his side right now.
Yeah, there was nobody. There's no safety really right now.
Nobody back of Petty whatsoever. I think they could flood this side and really hit somebody on a long pass.
Got Farrago back into the right-hand side. The Sakis will have McAllister back to pass, looking for Petty along the sideline, has the catch, runs back toward the middle of the field, out to the 31-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play, and to bring up a 3rd and 9.
First catch for Petty of the night, 34 yards passing on 7 attempts now. Makes them 5 for 7 for Pittsfield in the passing category.
It's a lot closer to 3rd and 10, I would say, from the 31-yard line. With 5:55 and counting in the third. 13-6 Sakis on the Trash Queen scoreboard.
I think there's more territory to get out there in that pass than that curl back in.
Two receivers wide to the right. Back to pass is McAllister. Looking right. He overthrows his intended receiver here. Incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock with 5:41 to play in the third. And a punting situation here for the Sakis.
He hit Clements a little high that time, and he just couldn't bring it in.
And he was well covered and right at the line of scrimmage, so it wasn't going to result in much anyway. So the Sakis bring the punt team on with the wind still blowing, but not as heavily as it was to start the contest. The flag has settled down a bit.
It's just because it's a really big flag.
Third quarter, Beardstown ahead of Minden Unity 19-14 late in the third quarter.
Stroop is back to receive the punt here for PORTA. Petty stands at his own 18-yard line. Stroop is back at his own 38. Sakis will bring in a couple extra blockers here as PORTA looks like they're coming after it this time. It's a high snap. Petty gets his foot into this one. Ooh, nearly evades the block. Stroop will let it bounce. It'll take a nice bounce for the Sakis and go back all the way to the 31-yard line. So down at the 31 and a good roll. So the Sakis had the line of scrimmage at their own 31. They flip it. And PORTA will start at their own 31-yard line with 5:31 to play in the third.
Nice job by J.J. Petty staying in there, and he could have probably come up and got one of those little fake jobs there where somebody would have run into him if he'd wanted to make the attempt.
Bowlers Universe, they're open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturdays, 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items from burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Come out and enjoy the fun at Bowlers Universe. 5:31 to play in the third. Still a 13-6 advantage for the Sakis. They scored all their points in the first quarter. PORTA had the only score in the second and were scoreless so far in the third. Logston is under center from his own 31-yard line. He takes the snap, hands it to Stroop along the left-hand side. They try to stretch it out, and they do. Ball comes out. The Sakis pick it up, and they're running it back, and it's going to be for a score. It's a scoop and score for the Sakis at the 5:20 mark of the third.
Is that Howland?
I think it was Logan Howland who picked it up right at the 27-yard line. A 27-yard fumble return for the score with 5:20 to play in the third to make it 19-6 Sockies.
What'd you say, 27 yards?
27 yards.
Very opportunistically by Howland there. He knew what to do with it when he picked it up. Scooped and ran just almost like grass.
19-6, and they'll go for the kick here.
You need this extra point.
5:20 to play in the third. J.J. Petty on for the kick. And plenty of leg the last time. They said it was wide right. Ball's down. The kick is up. The kick looks to be wide left, and it is. No good. 19-6. Sockies have the advantage. 5:20 to play in the third as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Howland with a 27-yard fumble recovery as Porta coughed it up. He scooped it up and headed to the end zone. The kick after was no good. Petty with a lot of leg, but we need that accuracy because those 2 extra points would have put you up by 15. Right now you're up by 13, which is great at the 5:20 mark of the third quarter.
Yeah, you'll take a 2-score lead at any time, but as you talked about, yeah, you could have made it very difficult to try to come back in this one for this Porta squad with those extra points.
Trouble is one of their best offensive plays has been Marco Ballinger run the kickoff back, and the only way you're going to get that again is if you give up a score.
Yeah, that is true. And the Sockies have scored now in all 3 phases. An offensive score on the ground, a pick, or I guess a scoop and a score by Howland there on the turnover, and then a special team score on the kick return.
19 points with only 3 first downs.
Don't see it much, do you?
You can't get first downs when you're picking up fumbles and running kickoffs back. Those don't count.
Really? I always thought those did count because you still get the touchdown.
Long runs, but you got to be on an offensive play.
Well, there you go.
Petty is in to kick off again. Porta has everybody up near the line of scrimmage, except for the deep man in the Rakers, I believe.
And I don't know why.
Don't kick it to him.
Petty will kick it, kind of a low line drive kick. The Rakers will come up and pick it on the off the ground at the 21-yard line. 25 looks for a middle lane, wrestles his way forward to the 37-yard line, and that's where Porta will start 1st and 10 at their own 37.
We'll say on special teams, the Sockies are hitting hard.
They are.
That's a tradition of the Sockies on special teams over the years since we've been here for some 22 years, is every Socky team was a good hitting team.
Lipkeman Seed Sales is your Pioneer dealer, including precision farming and crop insurance. Call Aaron Lipkeman, 217-430-4516, or Brett Lipkeman, 217-242-2703. 5:14 to play in the third. 19-6 is the advantage for the Sockies on the Trash Queen scoreboard. 2 receivers wide to the right-hand side, including Gatlin Service. Logston's under center. Back to pass, going to throw the little quick hitter to LaRakers. LaRakers gets
block
a
in the back.
block. They'll say that
There's
the penalty
a
flag comes in here at around the 28-yard line, and that'll go back to about the 18. Check, that's the 38, so back to the 28, we'll call it, on a block in the back. So the ball was at the 37. It's going to go back to the 28, so it'll be a 1st and 19.
Is that a 10-yard penalty?
Yes.
50 yards in penalties on 7 penalties against Porta now. When you're down by 13, you can look at that all day long tomorrow.
And some have been in crucial spots, and some would say, well, block in the back on first down is not crucial. But, man, a 1st and 19 sure does make things difficult in a high school game. It's not like an NFL game where you got a quarterback who can throw the ball 60 yards in the air.
The wind's kind of laid down now.
The flag's tired. 5:05 to play in the third.
It's so big, it just can't hold itself up.
That's right. It's got its steps into the day. It's just resting. A receiver wide to the left, 2 to the right-hand side, and Logston will be under center of the quarterback for the Blue Jays. See if he wants to go to the air. He's back to pass. Going to go deep. Down the left side. Has a man back there. That's got to be pass interference.
They didn't call it interference.
No flag.
If I'm the coach, I'm out there at about the half or 50-yard line, probably barking at about 3 people. How could you not have pass interference there?
They're going to say just incidental contact between those two men. It'll be 2nd and 19.
He incidentally grabbed him about the numbers.
Maybe they were both bumping. You never know.
Yeah, and that's one of those situations where it's 2nd and 19. Keep the guy in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot let a guy get behind you. And he underthrew the pass.
Well, it was 1st and 19, I guess. But what I'm saying is a 1st and that long, you can't let if he catches that ball, it's a touchdown.
Well, and you should have some help. You're not usually playing man-to-man in high school.
They'll send a receiver out wide to the left, 2 men to the right-hand side. Service comes in motion late. Logson's under center. They put LaRakers in motion. Going to pitch it to him along the left-hand side. He's taken down after a short gain out to the 30. Gain of 2. Stout in on the stop.
47 yards on 8 carries for LaRakers now, and that's going to bring up, what, a
third and 17.
17.
Stout did a good job of getting a hold of that man and making sure he wasn't getting away.
Must have got that hand feeling good.
4:35 and counting in the third. 19-6 is the advantage for the Sockies.
Got to believe Porta's going to open this offense up a little bit. They're down by 13.
Single receiver wide to the left. This is where they've put a man in motion a couple of times. Now they're going to overload the left-hand side of the line. Not really sure what you're going to be doing at 3rd and 17.
Running that way, evidently.
They will run a little inside handoff now. Man tries to cut back upfield, and he takes a big hit that time. Damon in on the stop. LaRakers taken down out near the 37. A gain of 7 on the play. And it brings up still a 4th and about 10 or 11 yards.
Quarterback is the punter, and you wouldn't expect them to fake in this situation, but you just never know when you're down by that much. Just 15 minutes and 50 seconds and counting left in the ballgame.
For the Sockies, you got to keep things going in a positive way, though. Don't get too high with a 19-6 lead. They led 19-6 last week.
You don't want him picking the ball up late here and having it knocked away from him on the punt return either.
Farrago is back deep after taking that big shot. He's all right. Stands at his 30. Logson a low snap, puts his foot on this one. A high kick, not extremely deep. Sockies need to get away from this one. Get away from it. Don't touch it. Now they kind of both dive at the ball, and my goodness, you got to understand, if you touch that ball, it is live. Get away from it. Don't run towards the football. Run away, young man. 42-yard line is where the Sockies will start at 1st and 10.
Don't you yell things like fire, like run away from the ball in that situation?
We'll take the advice that Jenny gave Forrest and run. The opposite way, preferably. 42-yard line, pretty good field position for the Sockies. Up 19-6 with 3:18 to play in the third.
But don't keep running.
You have to have the fans on the end with the stop, though, guys.
There are some students in the bleachers at the end of the field.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprised how many people left at halftime in a 13-6 game.
Yeah.
Well, what did you have to do tonight? Here's a handoff to Grattan. He's going to break a tackle, looking for another stiff arm. Still kind of running a little too much east and west. Needs to run a little more north and south. He'll take the ball out to the 47-yard line. A 5-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 5. And an injury here for the Blue Jays. Man's slow to get up.
Grattan had another 5 yards if he just kept running forward and just make the momentum go. Don't look to run to the side.
That's LaRakers, who's down and injured. And he's got a helmet off in a hurry. And he's
I was going to say that, too. He
line.
took the helmet off immediately.
Don't forget, Logston kind of took a pretty good beating in the first quarter, so he's a little nimble there, too.
The Pike County Express is your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check it out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you.
Tell you how honest those people are. Went over to pick up a paper on Thursday from the Geared Up shop, and Jim Filbert said, "Hey, you got a 50-cent credit from the last time you were here. It was 4 weeks ago." I said, "Well, I want one from
You're
last
very
week,
memorable,
too."
Jack.
Yeah, he's got a memory like an elephant.
3 minutes and counting to the third. Low snap. McAllister picks it up, hands it off, and I think his knee might have been on the ground. They're going to call him down there.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't go to a knee and come back up in a high school game. So he's down. Going to be near the original line of scrimmage. So this will bring up a 3rd down and 10.
He's going to have a negative 13 yards so far on the night in 2 times that he's been dropped in the backfield.
The low snap just killed him there.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got a lot of pressure on your center when you're running this kind of an offense.
And so do you think that rule is that way, Jack, with the knee down because of a lack of a kind of a video replay at that point?
It's been that way forever. They just didn't want some high school kid getting clocked when he got back up, I think.
Trips right. McAllister's in the shotgun. Stands at about his own 37. Back to pass. Throws to the man out of the backfield. That's Grattan. Makes a man miss, still on his feet at the 50. Cuts back. Puts his head down. He's got the first down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just hang on to the ball, young man. He's got it down to the 48. That'll be a Saukey first down. A gain of 11 on the play and a Saukey first down to the Blue Jay 48.
Fourth first down of the ball game. Second one via the pass. Grattan with his second. And he's got 21 yards in 2 catches. That's 45 yards in passing on the night.
I like how McAllister, though, he stands right up in that pocket, even with it kind of collapsing around him.
He's 6 of 9 throwing the ball.
He's just a sophomore, is McAllister.
Got a head of hair like John Gant, the pitcher for the Cardinals.
I don't know why the mullet's made a comeback, but it has.
I don't think this is a mullet. He just got a full head of hair.
Okay.
Maybe
I don't know why that
flow.
made a comeback either. The 70s.
It looks better than the mullet.
He hands it off the Story. He's going to get some positive yardage here. Inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the play. Brings up a second down and 5.
He hit it quicker that time.
Story's got a -1 yard on the night on 5 carries. He needs to get another run like that.
Story's not very tall, is he? What's he, about 5'4"?
I believe you're right.
Gonna get low. Well, they list him at 5'7".
Hard to get underneath a guy like that.
Farragut's listed at 5'4", and I bet you if you stood them side by side, it wouldn't be too much different.
About 2 inches.
2 receivers right, a single man to the left. McAllister, another low snap, picks it up off the ground, hands it to Story. He runs forward, still carrying the pile, though, keeping those legs turning. That's what you like to see. That's how you finish a run right there. Down to the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
He's now got a positive 3 yards on 6 carries after a -1 and a -4 and no yard gain on 3 carries.
So 4 down territory, so 2 plays to pick up this long 2.
I got to believe if I got a kid like Gage Grattan, I can get 2 yards on a couple of carries, can I?
Probably on 1, I would think.
Ooh.
I mean, he's basically, what do they list him at?
I put Clements in the backfield at a fullback and let them run together.
Grattan is 6'2", 220.
He's a big kid.
I mean, he's bigger than, he's almost, I mean, Skylar Smith's 5'10", 225, so he's almost as big as their guard. They'll hand it off to Story here again. He'll run over him. That's Grattan, excuse me. Grattan's on the carry there. And he ran over the top of him, man, and kept on rolling out to the 31. That's a gain of 8 on the play and a Saukey first down.
Fifth first down of the ball game. Grattan now at 47 yards, and boy, that's the kind of run you want to see him have. He looked like he was going to lose yardage, and he just popped outside off tackle and just kept stringing it out and then turned it up on the sideline.
Did he stay in bounds?
Did not.
I don't think he.
Yeah, I thought there could have been a face mask there. His head turned awfully fast at the end, but
9.4 seconds to play in the
looking at
third.
the fans.
Could have been.
So this will be the final play likely of the third quarter. Grattan's a single back in the backfield, 2 receivers right. They'll hand it off to Grattan, running right. He is taken down now from around the head. And there's a penalty flag.
They're going to call that as a horse collar.
It has to be.
Well, I don't know that he ever stuck his hand inside the back pad, though. I think he just had him around the helmet.
I think he caught him here.
I don't think so. I think he wrapped him around the helmet, but there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a face mask is what the official tells us.
Not a personal foul.
The PORTA sideline is not happy about it. It's a 5-yard penalty, 8.7 seconds to play here in the
The penalty doesn't
How
stop
come
the
that
clock,
play
does
didn't
it?
take any more time than that? Wow.
9.4 to 8.7. That's a long 7/10 of a second.
That was a 7/10 of a second. Grattan, I'll tell you what, Grattan's one of the fastest people in the world. He should be in the Olympics.
The clock man has got
he's a really good guy.
very quick fingers, too, obviously.
The clock will now roll.
It should have run out, shouldn't it have?
Remember that clock guy at Illinois College years ago? He was the record holder.
Hey, it's the end of the third. It's 19-6. The Saukeys have the advantage over PORTA. We'll have fourth quarter play-by-play your way after this.
Dear Western Grain Service is your progressive feed and grain resource for Western Illinois. They offer a full range of feed products for all species and many grain merchandising opportunities with locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461 or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com. Welcome to Westtown Ford, serving Central and West Central Illinois. When you're shopping for a new vehicle, we believe you need a comfortable ambiance, dynamic selection of vehicles, competitive options for financing, and high-quality service to feel confident and stress-free throughout the car buying process. At Westtown Ford, you will find just that, a great selection of Ford models and a team that will make the process as smooth as possible. Westtown Ford Lincoln in Jacksonville, just 30 minutes away from high prices.
Well, we're ready to start the fourth and final quarter, and the Sockies have a 19-6 advantage over the PORTA Blue Jays on the Trash Queen scoreboard, ready to start the final quarter of play.
And they're driving down the field. They've got the ball, to about the 28-yard line?
Where did they start when this set of plays, Jack?
42.
Thank you.
It sounded like Charlie.
They've actually run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays now. This will be the 8th play of the drive.
And, I mean, the key thing now is just keep moving the ball down the field. Because, if you keep moving the ball down the field and, Petty's got the kind of leg that if you could kick a field goal and go up by 16, that'd be huge.
He's missed a couple extra points tonight.
I think he's plenty long.
I think he's more of a field goal kicker.
Yeah, he's at plenty of distance.
He's trying to figure out how far behind Lane Bennett he is for the school record. He said, I'm going to have to be in high school another 14 years, I think.
I need a couple more redshirt years, I think.
Well, hey,
he can always say the COVID cost him.
Yeah, the COVID years, they might add to that. You never know.
So Story will be the single back. 2 receivers left, a single to the right, and McAllister's in the pistol. He takes the snap. He'll hand it to Story. Story up the gut.
He drops it and then
ball
gets
nearly
it back.
came back out. I don't know that it ever fell out of his hands. Did
Oh,
it?
yeah, he dropped it and it hopped right back up into his arms.
He got 8 yards on that play.
Down to the 23.
He was lucky.
More like a 5-yard gain to the 23 from the 28.
Oh, okay. They had 31 on there. My mistake.
3rd down and a long 2 here with 11:37 and counting to the 4th.
I was trying to get him to 100 yards. Got to get to 10 before you can get to 100,
2 receivers left, a single man to the right-hand side.
Take care of the ball.
He was lucky.
McAllister's in the pistol. Gratton's back there. Who's getting the ball, you think? Here's Gratton. He's got the first down and more.
Look
looking
out.
for some
Look
running room
out.
along the right-hand side. Walks the tightrope and scores. Then the sniper gets him in the end zone, but he's still in there. The old slip and slide comes into play across the goal line, but he takes it in from 23 yards out on his second touchdown run of the night.
Both 23-yard runs, Charlie.
Yeah, 11:16 to play in the 4th.
That's a big touchdown right there, boys. Big touchdown. Now you need to make this kick and start a streak. Got to start making these extra point kicks. Who's the special team coach?
Tom Shaw.
Tom Shaw? He always was a special teams guy. He was special something. I don't remember what it was.
He's a special guy in our hearts.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Here's Petty in. It's a little bit of an off snap, and the kick is up, and the kick appears to be good, and it is. It makes it 26-6. The Sockies on top, 11:16 to play in the contest. Back with you after this.
Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of the time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game on Central Illinois Sports. For all your investment needs, call Derek Harris at 217-222-7173 or stop by the office at 1891 Main Street, Quincy. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
11:16 to play in the contest, a 26-6 advantage for Pittsfield on top of PORTA on the Trash Queen scoreboard following the touchdown run by Gage Gratton.
PORTA's going to run a normal kickoff return now. They're going to bunch everybody up.
Well, they don't think you're going to kick an onside kick probably at this point.
I don't know why they would have thought the last 2 times you were going to either.
This is where you kick an onside kick.
Yeah, exactly. Right down the middle here.
Hit that kid right in the chest with it.
Petty will kick this one deep. The man retreating to get it is Wade Pratt. He's near the sideline around the 10, 15, 20-yard line where he's taken down.
What a tackle.
Around the top of the shoulder pads by Logan Howland. He just grabbed hold of him and said, sit down.
I've been lifting weights. You're going down.
He'll start with Porta at their own 18-yard line. 1st and 10 with 11:08 to play in the contest.
Avoid big plays now. That's the biggie. Make them work for everything they got. 26-6 in a Trash Queen scoreboard. 20-point lead. Been 2 years since we've seen the Sockies lead by that. That was the opening game of the season against Riverton, was it not?
It was. 11:08 to play in this contest, and Porta offensive unit not quite as quick out to the ball as they have been. They've got Jordan Vickers now in on the offensive side too, the 6'3", 330-pounder.
You realize we're only 5.5 months away from high school football?
Yeah, I know. It's a quick turnaround. A receiver wide right, 2 men wide to the left. It'll be warmer in week 3 then than it is now. That's my guess. Loxton's back to pass, but the man on this side wasn't set yet in Bogle. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty and move the ball back to the 13-yard line.
Nine penalties for 60 yards. 7 of those have been 5-yard penalties. 1 offensive offsides, which you hardly ever see. We saw an offensive face mask.
And we have a timeout by the Blue Jays. 11:07 to play. 26-6 advantage for the Sockies. Back with you after this.
No matter who wins today, you can be on the winning team. Discover a job where your pay, job security, and safety are our top priorities. At DOT, our material handlers and drivers earn some of the best money in the market. Plus, we top that off with goal-based pay opportunities, profit sharing, vacation time, 401k matching, and more. Make your fantasy team a reality. Join DOT today.
Gary Mendenhall is ready to serve you as the next mayor of Pittsfield.
I'm Gary Mendenhall. I am confident that our beautiful city has our best days ahead of us. I am determined to make this community safe and prosperous with potential for future growth. I intend to address the issues that we are currently facing, as well as develop a promising vision for our future.
On April 6th, vote Gary Mendenhall for mayor of Pittsfield.
11:07 to play in the contest following the timeout. They must have called the timeout before the penalty, Jack, because the ball's at the 18. Back to pass is Logston. He's rolling out. The ball is, I think it's picked.
Yeah,
it is. It's picked off. Picked off this time by Elliott with his first interception of the season. And with 11:01 to play in the fourth, the Sockies will have it deep in Porta territory around the 20-yard line.
So Elliott with an interception, Grattan with an interception.
And where are they going to set the football? I think right at maybe the 22.
And a fumble recovery on the night, right?
Looks like the 22.
2 fumble recoveries.
Those hash marks really make it a lot easier to tell where the ball is, don't they?
Thank you, Paul Petty. Paul Francis, you did a nice job painting the field, buddy.
11:01 to play in this one. And the 50's even on the 50. 26-6, the advantage for the Sockies.
Who put it on the 45?
I don't remember who it was. I don't want to blame anybody, but it might have been Tom Shaw. Oh. Now they're going to run a little wild. Is that
special?
Is that not Grattan in the shotgun? No, that's Julius Jackson in at quarterback. They'll hand the ball off along the right-hand side. The ball out. I think that was Story on the run. He fumbles.
Yeah. And Porta recovers it.
So Porta recovers it. So the Sockies took it away, and they give it right back. So they ran with a different quarterback that time in Jackson. He handed it off. Story was fighting for some few yards, and Porta will take over now at their own 21-yard line.
Yeah, with 10:53 left, the big thing, you wanted to double wrap that ball like Grattan's been doing, taking care of it, because you didn't want to give it right back. Now the defense is on their heels, and the defense has been on the field a lot tonight.
And the Sockies have not run a ton of offensive plays, really.
No, they have not.
When they've scored on offense, they've scored on big plays, and that
23 yards.
24 offensive plays in the night, Charlie.
It's not very many.
24.
10:53 to play. 26-6 Sockies.
Key thing is what's the score? 26-6.
Heard that. Logston's under center.
I did.
He's back to pass. Got pressure up the middle. Kind of throws a fadeaway pass, and the man tried to go run it down in service. He could not do so. It's an incomplete pass. Brings up a 2nd down and 10.
He's now 2 for 12 with 2 interceptions.
And he's not looking to get hit right now.
No. Well, and has Lorakers made it back into the game?
I haven't seen him out there, and that's a big loss.
Yeah, he was an instrumental part. He had 54 yards on 9 carries before he went out with the injury.
He also had a catch, too, didn't he?
John, you have a great memory. 23 yards on that catch.
And he's not out there right now. I think that's him on the far side.
Top all-purpose back.
Don't like to see that.
No.
2 receivers wide right, a single to the left. Logson's under center. He's back to pass. A little quick hitter to the right-hand side. In and out of the hands of Service. That could be a live ball. No, they'll say it was going forward. Incomplete pass. And brings up a 3rd and 10.
I didn't think he ever made the catch, but I was afraid it was behind the line of scrimmage.
10:40 to play in the 4th. Clock stops with the incompletion.
Yeah. I thought he had the catch and then fumbled it, but...
No, he never caught that ball.
Yeah, it was bouncing around. Plus, when he caught it behind him like that, it just about had to be a lateral.
Yeah.
Did he fall on it?
No, because it's 3rd and 10. And he was behind the line. Logson's under center. 3rd and 10, deep in their own territory. A little longer snap count this time. He's back to pass. Ball thrown in the middle, and it is incomplete.
That's pass interference, yeah.
They're going to call Farrago pass interference there. They're going to say he hit him early.
Oh, I thought that was defensive pass interference because I thought Farrago.
It is defensive pass interference.
Or offensive pass interference.
You know,
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, though, whoever came in that was putting the pressure on did a nice job getting their hands up that time.
Yeah. Farrago closed in a hurry, and they said that he maybe got there just a hair early. Now the officials are getting together to talk about it.
I meant offensive pass interference. I thought Farrago was coming up for the interception, and the man played Farrago instead of the ball.
They're going to call defensive holding against the Sakis.
Be a 10-yard penalty against the Sakis. They're second of the night, so 20 yards in penalties on just 2 penalties, whereas Porta's been called for 9 penalties on the night.
Should result in a first down, and it does. Out to the 31-yard line. Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank is here to help you with your next auto, residential, or commercial loan. Call Damon 217-285-4404. 10:34 to play. 1st and 10 for Porta from their own 31-yard line.
We're a little close to the line of scrimmage.
Logson's under center. Going to pitch it outside. The Sakis have him turned back in. Stout holds him up, and who came in to finish him off? That was Story on the final hit. Loss of 1 on the play.
Is that Service that ran the ball?
It was Service. And it's 2nd and 11. Just over 10 minutes to play.
No timeouts called so far in the second half of this game. 4th quarter action.
Well, Porta called one earlier.
Yeah.
We thought they had a penalty. They called a timeout. 2 receivers wide to the left. Longston again is under center. This man never has been set on this side.
Not at all.
That's a penalty flag. He just never set. Logston's back running for his life. He's going to be drugged down. He throws it up for grabs, and it's incomplete. Now there's a little extracurricular, and that'll be a penalty. That's going to go against Gavin Service. So we're going to see 2 penalties against the Porta squad. You're going to see an illegal shift, and then after a dead ball, it's going to be a 15-yard. So you're going to get the penalty there, and then another 15. This is going to be 20 yards worth of penalties.
It's like two technicals in basketball. You're going to see 20 yards go off.
Yeah, and if you're the Saki player there, just walk away. And that's what he did. He just walked away. Hey, you want to grab a hold of my face mask and jerk it back and forth? Unsportsmanlike against the... They're going to call it against Pittsfield.
They're going to call him offsetting. Wow.
Wow.
Huh. Wow.
I guess because he left his face mask out there for him to grab, that must have been a penalty too.
I guess maybe he could have said something that obviously we couldn't hear, but man, it looked like he'd walked away. 9:44 to play, so you'll get the illegal shift, which will be a 5-yard penalty. Nope, it's the Sakis decline it, so they're going to make it 3rd and 10. Huh.
3rd and 11.
Yeah, 3rd and 11. So they declined the penalty.
So the box needs to set that as correct because it'll be 3rd and 11.
We'll let it be.
3rd down, 11 yards to go, 9:44 to play.
Now this guy in the slot on the left side just never did get set at all.
No. Now the referee on the far side explaining something to the PORTA coach.
Now the guy in the slot has gotten so close to the line of scrimmage, he's going to make the guy on the far right ineligible.
Yep. In the shotgun is Logston. He's back to pass. Has some pressure, steps into a throw. He's got a man. It is caught. That man comes down with it. Man, he hit the ground hard, didn't he? He went up in the air, did Colby Flanders, and he came back down. Or is that Christensen? Let's wait and see.
15.
Flanders. That's Flanders on the catch. He went up, man. He came right back down on that tailbone. And he said, man, good thing it rained last week because with some hard ground, that'd have hurt. It's a first down out to the 41, a gain of 10. So first and 10 for PORTA.
12 first downs for PORTA now.
Flanders is a basketball player, though. He's tough.
He's moving around, but he said that hurt.
Yep. 9:34 to play in the contest. Fresh set of downs for the Blue Jays at their own 41.
Like taking a charge on a big guy there,
Kind
right?
of jolted me a little bit. I could feel for him.
That's why I just never would jump up for a ball like that.
Yeah.
Two receivers wide to either side. And the shotgun is Logston. Back to pass. Gets some time. Throws in the middle. Got his man. That's Christensen. Down to the Saki 48-yard line.
11 yards.
More than that. 9 to the half and then 3 yards, 12 yards to the 48.
Okay. Another first down.
Yep. First and 10. With just over 9 minutes to play. Still a lot of game left. Back to pass is Logston. He gets hit as he throws. He has it incomplete. Howland hit him at the end, and now Logston is down, and he's hurt.
I didn't really think he got hit.
I didn't think
I
he
really
got
didn't
hit
think he
that
got
hard.
hit that hard. It looked like Howland kind of pulled up.
Yeah, and when he came up, he doesn't look like he's hurting quite that bad to be laying on the ground. And not trying to judge anything here, but
It could have hurt his arm. You can walk with a broken arm. I'm not saying his arm's broken, but just,
I don't know where you came up with that.
can you not?
Not on your hands.
Not if you got crutches.
I can't walk on my hands anyway. Second and 10.
I'll say.
He might be able
and
to,
you
though.
can't jump. I know that.
Not like I used to since the accident. Two receivers wide to the left. Logston's under center. He's going to try to get rid of this in a hurry. Not really looking to get hit again. He's going to run out to the right. He's going to get slung down by the jersey. That's Howland in on the sack there, all the way back to the 41-yard line. That's a loss of 11. Down to their own 41, and it is 3rd and a mile.
Nice job by Howland again. He's had some nice plays tonight.
They've got to get to the Saki 38 and at their own 41.
The quarterback went out. He was done. He went and flung his helmet and went and sat down on the ground over there.
Christensen will be the quarterback now. Caden Christensen. He's been playing wide out. He's a 6'2", 185-pounder.
Logston's also the punter.
Yeah. 8:13 counting in this one. Receiver wide to either side for the Blue Jays. Christensen's under center. With no practice of the center quarterback exchange, he keeps the ball on the right-hand side, looking for some running room. Is taken down past the 45 to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 5 on the play. It'll still bring up a 4th and rather long way to go, about 17 yards. 7:44 and counting.
So does he come back in?
You'd think you'd punt here, right?
Oh, yeah, but, I mean, your punter so far has been your quarterback who...
They're going to call timeout to talk about it. 7:38 to play, 26-6. Saki's had the lead. Back with you after this.
Hi, I'm Trevor Zumwalt, your candidate for Pittsfield Ward 2 City Alderman. As a representative, I will be dedicated to the Pittsfield community and the ward. I'm a lifelong resident of Ward 2. I currently serve as an officer on the Pittsfield Fire Department. I've volunteered with the Little League, Saki Youth Football, as well as the high school football program. I will work hard for you in the city of Pittsfield. I'm proud of the history here, and I want to build a stronger community for our future. Please vote for Trevor Zumwalt, Ward 2, for City Council, April 6th.
In a world that seems to be out of control, your friends at First Christian Church of Pittsfield, Illinois want you to know that the hope of God's love reaches out to you. God loves you, and He has a purpose for your life. If you'd like to learn more about this, we invite you to join us at 8 a.m. or at 10:30 on Sunday mornings at 225 North Memorial Street in Pittsfield, or online at fccpittsfield.org, our Facebook page, or our YouTube channel. First Christian Church of Pittsfield, Illinois, a safe place to learn and grow.
7:38 to play, 26-6 is the Saki advantage. The Blue Jays have the punt team set up here.
He did come back into punt.
Low snap, but Logston does get this one away. The Sakis will catch it. That's Farrago. He'll take it and break a tackle. Taken down now near the 35-yard line. And man, he's fearless, isn't he?
He's a kamikaze.
Out of the 35 is where he is tackled, and the Sakis will get it 1st and 10 at their own 35, up by 20 with 7:29 to play.
Somebody needs to tell him sometimes it's okay to not take it. Just let it go.
The thing about it is, though, it's like what Rick Johns used to say, if you catch it, you don't lose those roll yards.
Yeah.
As long as you don't fumble it and give it to the other team, and he hasn't so far.
Roulette and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield across from the airport. Stop by and see them. Spruce up your lawn this spring with great concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches. They've got some great wall hangings now, both Cardinals and Cubs. Stop by and see them or call 285-5013.
Jack was telling me about the gnomes, Charlie.
Who's in the quarterback now?
Looks like Jackson. Julius Jackson hands the ball off to the first back. That's Grattan looking to run some room. He stiff arms a man and is taken down now from behind out of the 43-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play brings up a 2nd and 2.
The man that got stiff arm came up a little gimp now.
7 carries, 55 yards for Grattan.
7:09 and counting.
Looks like he's maybe trying to stretch a little bit or something.
Trying to keep that right hook.
He's trying to
handy.
Let the police officer know what that truck's license plate number was.
Yeah. Receiver wide to the left, 2 men wide to the right. Jackson is in the pistol. Story stands behind him in the backfield as the Sakis look to take care of the ball and run some clock. Julius Jackson, he played some center last year. Now he's in the backfield at the quarterback. Hands the ball off to Story. Story's got some running room along the right-hand side. Has the first down and more. Turns it up, fumbles the ball again. And the Sakis will dive. There's a pile for it. Recovering the ball is Elijah Leonard. Eli Leonard is able to recover down to the 43-yard line. So that's a pick up of 14 yards and a Saki first down. He's got to take care of the ball, though.
Leonard gets those yards, though, now, right?
No.
No?
No.
He gets the fumble recovery.
Story gets the yards.
He's got to get both hands on the ball.
Yep. Got to take care of the football. Nice run.
Hold the ball.
6:20 to play. 26-6 Sakis and a fresh set of downs and the clock ticking down here.
Getting some valuable time for Jackson here at the quarterback position, too.
2 receivers wide to the left, a single man to the right-hand side. Julius Jackson is in the pistol once again. Different running back this time. Who's behind him? That is Yelliott. Yelliott comes out with a full head of steam, and he's got the first down and more. Look at him go. He might go. 15, 10, 5, and he's taken down right at the 4. Yelliott on the run for 39 yards, 38 yards we'll call it.
Another first down, the 7th now for the Sakis.
He hit that hole in a hurry, didn't he?
And when he got hit, he kept on running, and the blockers kept blocking downfield. That was impressive.
1st and goal to put the ball at the 5 here.
Get a little confidence for this offense because that's really important.
Elliott is just a sophomore. 5:47 and counting, up 26-6. Julius Jackson comes in with the play from the sideline here.
Is he in relation to Keenan?
I don't think so.
Keenan Elliott?
I don't know.
No.
2 different families of Elliott's?
Be Derek and Jenna's son. Jackson is in the pistol. Takes the snap, hands it off to Yelliott. Yelliott looking for the goal line. He's stopped shy near the 3, it appears. A 2-yard gain. 2nd and goal from the 3.
Yelliott just 15 yards from being the leading ball carrier with 2 carries.
And there's the Sakis aren't playing any fresh softs, so if you're a kid like Yelliott, man, this might be the only couple times you touch the ball in games like this, and you're looking for to make something happen to make the coach believe you need to carry the ball earlier in the game. And now he comes out as he might have got the wind knocked out of him.
Playing a lot of freshman games, and they're all at home. That AD did a nice job of that. Saved bus time.
He's afraid of the head coach. 4:48 to play in the contest.
And his wife.
He said he could arrest me. They'll hand the ball off to Story, and Story will get the score. So Story with the score from 3 yards out with 4:41 to play, and the Sakis now lead 32-6 on the Trash Queen scoreboard.
Comes at the 4:41 mark of the 4th quarter. Nice run by Story. Nice job. The blocking has improved up the middle, and you can tell that the Sakis have somewhat worn the Blue Jays down at this point.
Well, Paul Petty talked about in his pregame interview that he thought they got worn down late in the game, and he thought it was the difference of playing a week one game versus not. And he said, well, they worked on conditioning this week. You're not going to get it all. You're not going to go from not being in shape at that point to completely in shape, but it looks like it's helped.
One thing about our listeners, Lane belongs to Jenna and Derek, grandson of Bonnie and Terry Elliott.
Kick is up. The kick's good. And makes it 33-6. Sakis. 4:41 left. 33-6. Sakis had the advantage. We're back with you after this.
The city of Pittsfield, a great place to call home or a great place to visit as a home away from home. Visit the beautiful downtown area with the Pike County Courthouse and many businesses and restaurants to enjoy. Then check out the Pittsfield City Lake, a great place for boating, fishing, and camping. And new to the lake this year, a disc golf course. Learn more about all that the city of Pittsfield has to offer by visiting their website, pittsfieldil.org. The city of Pittsfield and Mayor John Hayden wish the Sakis good luck this season. Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
33-6 with 4:41 left. Sakis will kick off again. J.J. Petty will tee it up from the 40-yard line on the east end of Glenn C. Smith Field. If you don't know about Glenn C. Smith, you ought to do a little studying, because I hear nothing but that he was one of the finest gentlemen that ever coached a high school team anywhere around.
Petty's got his hand in there. He's got the whistle already from the official. He can put his boot into this one. He does. It's a high kick headed toward the right sideline. It's going to take a bounce. The man's just going to let it roll there, and that ball was out of bounds.
It tried to die right before it did, but it did go out.
He almost got that thing to turn around like a chip shot.
If you're that man back there, though, why don't you just pick it up? That's Pratt. That's pretty dangerous just to let it go. It's not a punt. That's a live ball.
Yep. You're going to get the ball on the 35-yard line.
I guess it worked out.
There's a lot of times when I see people kick the ball out of bounds and the team goes ahead and takes them to 35, and I always think maybe you ought to have him kick it again. Wouldn't you like to run a kickoff back, kind of get a little momentum?
Nope.
I know Longston would.
He's not out there. Christensen's going to come back in at quarterback, it looks like. Longston did come back into punt. But he took some shots today at the quarterback spot, and really for not having been sacked very much, he took some hits.
He was, getting the ball away right as people were on him an awful lot tonight.
Christensen will set up under center for PORTA. Double wing formation. His team trailing 33-6. Takes the snap, hands it off to the first back. That is Stroop, I do believe. It is Stroop. He's taken down after a gain of 2 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 8.
9 carries, 15 yards for Stroop on the night. 13 first downs for PORTA.
Sakis are on their way to a 1-1 record on the year, and they'll be at home next week against New Berlin.
It's homecoming.
Yep.
Somebody at Geared Up Custom Apparel and Awards knows that.
They decided that last week.
Ethan Palmer comes in on the defensive side.
Camp Point Central tomorrow against Triope at 1 o'clock, 12:30 game time on Central Illinois Sports.
Christensen's under center. 2 receivers wide to either side. A little bit of a low snap. Stroop takes the ball. He's going to lose a yard now. And it brings up a 3rd down and 9. Just under 4 minutes to play. 33-6 is the Saki advantage. We remind you about Moose Lodge 420. Check out the Friday meals at Moose Lodge 420. New specials each week. The food's hot, the drinks are cold at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield.
I'm sure the Sakis, after enjoying this win tonight, will look back at last week and say, we could have been 2-0.
Yep.
That close. 1 point difference.
But you move on, right?
You bet. You have to. Need to get that win next week.
Keep trying to get a little better each week. 2 men wide right, a single receiver to the left. Christensen is again under center for the Blue Jays with just over 3 minutes to play. He will pull the ball out and run the quarterback keeper along the right-hand side. Has the first down and more. He's
Look
streaking
out.
down the sideline. Stepped out of bounds near the 47-yard line. So he gained 14 on one, 3 on the other, a 17-yard pickup. Sorry about that. And brings up a 1st and 10, stops the clock with 2:59 left.
What'd you give him on that run?
17.
17 yards.
Another first down for Porta. They're 14th now.
Yeah, as far as
stats they're going to win the
they're going to dominate the stat game but lose the scoreboard. Christensen under center again. 2 men in motion. That'll be a penalty. They're going to let the play run out, though, which is weird. They pitched the ball now, and the Sockers will turn down the penalty, won't they?
Well,
yeah, when you got a motion like that, you kill the play, do you not?
Yeah, they had 2 men in motion, so I don't know why they let it go off there. I think you turn it down, though. He actually lost back to around the 49-yard line, a 4-yard loss.
Who had the ball that time?
Why did they set the ball back at the original line of scrimmage? Because they didn't kill the play. They let it run, so.
Yeah, but that's what they're going to say. We should have killed the play.
Well, if they should have killed the play, then it can't be second down, can it?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. They didn't give him the penalty, and they didn't give him the loss.
It's got to be. That's very strange.
You got to get the loss.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Huh.
Obviously you don't. Christensen going to keep the ball along the right-hand side. He cuts it back up toward the middle. He's running hard. Down to the 40-yard line. Gain of around 7 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
That one made no sense.
Yeah, I'm a little befuddled myself.
Yeah.
Hey, Waters Concrete, they offer quality concrete for your new build. Driveways, sidewalks, decorative patios, anything with concrete, they can hook you up. Call Waters Concrete, 309-252-1052.
Just look for Tim.
1:35 and counting. 3rd and a long 2. Christensen will be under center with a double wing formation. A man wide to either side. He fumbles the snap, picks it up, runs forward. It's going to have the first down as he gained the yardage he needed there. And give him a first down to the 37-yard line. Palmer in on the stop for the Sockies. 1st and 10 for the Jays with 1:20 to play.
Look like that old Fumblerooski's play that Nebraska used to run when they leave the ball on the ground, another guy comes by and picks it up.
Stay tuned for the Illini Community Hospital post-game show where we'll have final stats. We'll also name the Edward Jones player of the game. It's all coming up in about 60 seconds of game clock. This snap will come off under a minute to play in regulation. And we will not see overtime today. Here's another kind of a mishandled snap. He turns it around, pitches it, says, "Good luck, kid." And he's going to get taken down in the backfield. That ball carrier is Service. He loses a yard on the play with forward progress.
Elliott was in there first, and then a whole lot of other guys.
I like how Elliott plays. He plays hard and full speed.
Just a sophomore, huh?
There's not a ton of sophomores on this squad for the Sockies, just about 10 or so. They've got some quality guys. And some of those other guys are getting some reps right here, too, with under 20 seconds to play their team up 33-6. This could be the final play of the game. Christensen's under center. He fumbles the ball, so he gets back on it appears. And they'll run time off the clock, and the Sockies pick up a victory at home. Glenn C. Smithfield is happy tonight with a 33-6 win over the Porta Blue Jays. The Sockies move to 1-1 on the season. We take you to the postgame show. It's presented by Illini Community Hospital. We'll have a look at final stats and name that player of the game. It all comes your way after this.
You can plan for most things in your life, but being sick isn't one of them. That's why Illini Express has expanded hours so your family can get the care you require. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Illini Express can see patients 18 months and older, no appointment necessary. When you can't wait to feel better, Illini Express is here for you. Located on the square in Pittsfield. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org.
When you hear Pike County Glass, what do you think of? Is it storm window and screen repair, commercial doors, windows and storefronts? Maybe it's auto glass repair, including windshields, rock chip repair, side glass and back glass. Or it could be screen and porches, glass showers and doors, and, well, you get the point. Glass is in their name, and glass is what they do. Pike County Glass, serving the entire area with high-quality craftsmanship, products, and customer service that's second to none. You'll find Pike County Glass at 1071 West Washington Street in Pittsfield, or call them at 217-285-4275.
Hometown Real Estate offers residential buying and selling specialists as well as land specialists across the Midwest. Call our office at 217-285-4502 or call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. Speak to any of the hometown brokers for residential and commercial properties. Kate hopes you are enjoying the broadcast of our local teens enjoying their sports. Give Kate Marable a call at 217-370-9809. Hometown Real Estate for you.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. A 33-6 win for the Pittsfield Sockies over the PORTA Blue Jays here tonight at Glenn C. Smith Field. The Sockies started the game with a bang. A 76-yard touchdown rounded by Marco Ballinger on the opening kickoff. With 11:47 to play in the first, the kick by J.J. Petty was good to make it 7-0 Pittsfield. The Sockies would strike again at the 4:14 mark of the first quarter. Gage Gratton this time with a 23-yard run. The kick was wide right, and it was 13-0. PORTA got their lone score of the game at the 8:08 mark of the second quarter. Knapp with a 15-yard run. The kick was blocked, and it was 13-6. That was our halftime score. Then with 5:20 to play in the third, Howland had the fumble recovery from 27 yards out. The kick was no good, and the Sockies led 19-6. Then with 11:16 to play in the contest, Gage Gratton another 23-yard run. The kick by Petty was good to make it 26-6. And then Colton Story finished it off on the scoring side with a 3-yard run with 4:41 to play. Petty's kick was good, and that's how we reached the final of this 33-6 score. The Sockies moved to 1-1 on the season, and Illini Community Hospital has been serving the community since 1942 with high-quality medical care close to home. Learn more about the services they offer by visiting IlliniHospital.org.
Well, let's take a look at some stats on the night. 204 total yards of offense for PORTA, 176 for Pittsfield. PORTA got theirs on 54 yards on the passing side, just 4 of 16 with 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. They rushed the ball 43 times for 160 yards. So quarterback Logston had 54 yards passing, 12 on to Flanders, 23 for LaRakers, 11 for Stroop, and 11 for Christensen. On the rushing side of things, 54 yards on the night for Declan LaRakers on 9 carries, 13 carries for Logston on the night for 51 yards, 14 yards for Stroop on 10 carries, 3 carries on the night for Knapp and Service. Knapp had 11 yards, a -4 for Service, and Christensen came in at quarterback and ran the ball 5 times for 34 yards. For the Sockies, Gage Gratton led the way with 55 yards on 7 carries, 13 yards for Weston McAllister on 2 carries. That was a -13, I should say. And 23 yards on 8 carries for Story on the night, 40 yards for Lane Elliott towards the end of the game. Receiving on the night, 21 yards for Gratton on 2 catches, 10 for McAllister and Camden McAllister, a -5 for Ethan Palmer, 6 yards for Joel Clemens on the night, 16 for Mason Farrago, and 7 for J.J. Petty. 7 of 9 was McAllister on the night for 45 yards.
Time and name our player of the game. It's presented by Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about the night from Gage Gratton? Not only running the ball, Jack, but with a big interception as well on the defensive side.
Couple receptions, too, for 21 yards, 55 yards there and an interception. Big night for him, and Gage Gratton will be our player of the game.
Big win at home. Jack and John will head to Camp Point tomorrow as the Panthers play host to Triopia. We're back here on Friday night as the Sockies will play host to New Berlin. For John and Jack Hall, I'm Charlie Hull. Thank you.